for that shit.
The link to my stream, so so you can watch it together. Where is it? This is it. There you go. All right. So, what would you like to debate? Like veganism? Do you want to debate veganism? Like, are you guys vegans?
Oh my god.
It's a live stream.
But it's like, do you know that I'm so tired? I know what you're gonna do. You're just gonna be like crazy and not like engaged like last time. What is? Have you heard? Do you know what name the trade is, right?
Of course.
Okay, that's the argument.
That's what?
That's the argument.
That's the argument. Name the trait.
Yeah.
Name the trait.
What?
Name the trait is invalid. I can discuss why.
Wow. Sure. How is that invalid?
Name the trait is asking me why I don't eat basically humans.
I don't think you're really debating vegans here, by the way.
Oh,
LK is the only vegan
Al.
Yeah.
in this call.
Okay. So wait a minute. So
LK's the only one. LK's the only real one here.
okay. So femboy, you're
The only
not a
poop one.
vegan.
No, I'm not a vegan. Well, I'm eating vegan right now, but I don't care about animals. I only. Sometimes I do vegan because it makes some friends I have feel good, and I care about them.
So the question is,
I wish I could be like LK.
so you're
Oh my gosh.
wait. So why are you not vegan then, femboy?
I'm not vegan because I don't have a preference for protecting animals really.
You don't have a preference to protect animals?
Yeah.
All right. So what about humans? How do you distinguish? Name the trait that makes you distinguish humans from animals.
Preference.
That's not a trait. So
Why not?
that's not a trait. What do you mean? How do you distinguish between an animal and a human? I mean, why do you distinguish? What's
So one, I have a preference for protecting. The other, I do not have a preference for protecting.
you have a preference to protect humans, and you have no preference to protect animals. Why?
That is what I said. Yeah.
But why?
Like, why do I have? Oh, probably like I was raised in a certain way that like sort of like made me have like those preferences.
So basically, you're saying you would eat humans if you were raised up to eat humans.
If I was raised as a cannibal, yeah, I would. If I was raised as a cannibal, I'd probably eat humans. Yeah.
You think it's okay?
And if
Well,
you would
no,
be raised as a Nazi, you would be a Nazi.
obviously, yeah.
But would you think it's good? So you're saying you would do it, but you would know it's not good. It's not
Well,
moral.
I don't think I would know it's not good. No. I think I
Well,
would just do
you
it.
were raised up. You were raised up eating animals. Do you think supporting the industry and funding the abuse and killing of animals is good?
I think it's like morally well. Okay, so I think it's wrong, but not because I care much about animals. Mostly because I care about climate change and human health and stuff.
So, but you know it's wrong even though you were raised up.
No, I don't think it's like no, no. I think it's neutral.
Okay.
So why do you think like vegans are vegan? Because they were raised in the same society as you. Do you feel vegans are more ethical than you are?
Well, it depends what you mean. If it's talking about my moral system, according to my moral system, they're probably well, they probably are because they don't contribute to animal industry, right?
They don't contribute to the animal industry?
Bro, why do you keep repeating the thing?
Because
Yeah, that is
because
what I said. Yeah.
because you swallow some of the
Have you ever talked to a person named Dog?
no, but no, the reason I repeat is because you're not clear and I want to make sure I understand what you're saying, and it's being recorded for the rest of time for all the
Hell yeah.
generations.
I'm gonna say the N word. Are you ready? The rest of the time?
It's preferable that you don't.
Okay,
So,
well, then I
do
won't
you,
say
so
it.
you feel, hold on, so you feel that vegans are more ethical than you are? Yes?
Well, like in the sense they probably make the world a better place because they produce products that decrease the amount of climate change and shit happening.
Let's ignore climate change. Let's just talk about ethics. Do you feel vegans are more ethical than you are?
Well, what are you referring to? Like, are killing animals?
I guess, yeah.
No, I think that's neutral.
What about the claim of animal of rights, rights violations? Are you familiar with that issue?
Femboy,
Yeah.
are you gonna remain neutral on the entire topic of the animal?
Who
Well, I mean, I just don't care about like how, like, why would I? Yeah, I don't. I just don't
Well,
care.
I don't really care either what your opinion is. I mean, your opinion, I'm here to respect that. But I just want to know if is it worth asking these questions, or just gonna have the same view on everyone.
Well, oh yeah, I'm not gonna change views on animals. Probably not. Maybe like I don't even know. No, I don't think I'm gonna change the fundamental views on which animals are whatever. Like,
Okay.
hold on.
yeah.
So I got lost. So do you feel vegans are more ethical than you are?
Vegans are more ethical than like yeah, but I mean just overall, yeah, probably yeah.
So why aren't you vegan?
Because probably like I'm kind of lazy. Sometimes they're just easier to buy meat, or sometimes vegan supplements, like vegan replacement foods, are like disgusting.
If
So,
no, hold on, hold on.
but
If you don't mind, I'd rather do this one on one. If you don't mind, do you mind?
me?
Yeah.
I can
No, I
answer
don't
all
mind.
the questions. I'm okay. Like, like
No, I'd rather. I mean, Jim Bob, you can also, I guess, chime in, but I'd rather. My preference is to do it one on one. But if you have something important to say, you can say it. But
Okay.
mhm. So, fanboy. So, if you agree, I mean, what? Let me ask you, fanboy. Would you murder a human?
probably not. I think humans should be protected
So you wouldn't wait. What? Why wouldn't you murder a human?
because I think humans, like our moral system, dictates, and this is just that principle position, like fundamental moral preference, whatever, that humans ought to be like protected in the world.
Why?
Uh, what would you like? I don't have like a this is axiomatic value, right?
Hmm. So you, it's not because of rights violations or giving rights or human rights.
Um,
Like some vegans, like Vegan Gains, I know his position. So he says him, Dr. Avi, and ask yourself. I think they come from the same approach. They say we just want to extend human rights to cover sentient animals. We don't see this. We don't name the trait between animals and humans. That animals that are sentient. So some animals that are not sentient, they would eat, but animals that are sentient, they extend human rights to these animal rights. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I disagree with that.
So you don't believe in human rights?
I believe in human rights, not animal rights.
Oh, why do you believe in human rights?
So I fundamentally have a system of morality that says that we should maximize the most amount of freedom for the most amount of creatures that I have a preference for protecting.
So, I mean, when you say the word preference, so all you're saying is that's I mean, so you're saying I have no reason, right?
Yeah, it's like a fundamental,
It's
like how to say,
fundamental.
it's like a moral axiom.
It's like saying I prefer vanilla over chocolate ice cream, and I would ask you why, and you would say obviously there is no why. That's the end.
Well, so yeah, yeah, it's the end, but there's a difference between a justification and a reason, right? So a reason is just I can give you the reason, which is just I was probably raised in a certain way in a certain household with certain people around me, shit like that. If that's what you're looking for.
But that wouldn't make any sense. Okay, now you are your own person. Why is it important how you were raised? How is that relevant?
If the reason I'm giving you that answer is because that might be what you're looking for.
No, but it's not like enjoying vanilla over chocolate ice cream. When I was young, I enjoyed chocolate over vanilla. I hated vanilla. I loved chocolate. And then there was suddenly a switch. Today, I hate chocolate and I love vanilla. And I cannot explain it. And I love women. I don't like men. And I cannot explain. I don't like male peepees. I like
But you
female.
could probably explain it, right? Like you could probably say, well, there's like neurochemicals that makes it so your cock gets hard when you see women or men.
Yeah, but I don't know that I have neurons. I might be an AI. I don't want to I just that's all I know. I just know that when I see a beautiful woman, I'm attracted. When I see a beautiful man, I'm detracted. I'm repelled. It's not interesting. Has zero interest to me. So I don't know why. I honestly don't know why, and that's the end of it. So but having a preference not to murder humans, that's not the same. It's not the same.
Okay.
It's not like
What's that?
enjoying vanilla over chocolate. That's like I would say instinctive. I really have no explanation. But to decide not to murder a human, that there's thought. That's not an instinct. That's you think through this. I think through this. So the question is why are you not murdering humans? If you are murdering animals, then why do you distinguish? Not just that it cannot be a dead end. It can
Why not?
it's not like vanilla ice cream. It's not like enjoying beautiful women. It's not an instinct.
What's the difference? What's the difference that makes it so it's not?
That's what
That's
I'm
different.
asking you. I'm cross-examining you why you're not a
Yeah,
vegan.
I don't think there's a difference.
So you don't think there is a difference between preferring vanilla over chocolate versus preferring
Well, I don't know that there's a relevant Well, I mean, yeah, sure. Okay, so my definition of morality is probably something like um, the type of world or the type of what is it? The type of changes you want to impose upon other agents, something like that, right? Because if I just like ice cream, that's not morality. And that means morality is preference based, but it's like the type of preferences that you want to impose upon other agents. Right? So like murder is wrong, for example, like making a law against murder is an example of that. And so like it's gonna be the case that some things um are not justified. Like you have like moral actions, you can't infinitely justify things. If I ask you why is murder wrong, you give a reason, and then I say why is that reason wrong, and then you keep going on and on and on and on and on, and on, and you can't actually, unless you want to do circular reasoning, which you can't do.
no
That's
no
bad.
no
Um,
but it
then you got to say, okay, well, this is an axiomatic principle position I
no
have,
but
and this is
think
one of them.
yeah but think about it like when I see when I see delicious vanilla ice cream, or I just had a shake, like a vanilla protein shake. It's so delicious on milk. It's to die with a banana. It's just the most delicious thing in the world. Okay, I don't have an explanation why I love it so much. But if I need to decide if to kill someone, I need to think through that. That's not there's nothing, there's no pleasure. I don't gain pleasure from murdering. I don't gain pleasure from not murdering. So it's nothing to do.
Okay, I'm gonna join another. I'm gonna join another VC.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Oh my God, why did he do that? Do you think he felt? I
You didn't want to argue.
don't.
So are you vegan, Mr. Slave?
No, I'm anti-vegan. I'm just trying to. Do you want to go through the same line of questioning?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm non-vegan, but I'm convinced on it. So it'd make for an interesting debate, I think. Sure.
Okay, so let's start. So you're not vegan.
No,
Why
No.
are you not vegan?
I'm not gonna go into it because it's being recorded.
Oh,
But family issues.
oh, so you would be vegan if you could?
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
fantastic. Even better. So, so vegan is by definition, I think, is for ethical reasons, right?
Yeah, but there's also health benefits to it.
No, yeah, I'm ignoring the health benefits.
For now, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Ethical reasoning.
So I'm only interested
Um,
in ethics, yeah. So
all right. So what's
so you feel that being a vegan is more ethical than being a non-vegan?
Yeah, I do. I feel like it's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me an example of something that a vegan does versus a non-vegan where the vegan comes out more ethical?
I mean, do you think murder is wrong?
No. Give me an example. We both agree murder is wrong and murdering animals. I,
Yeah,
I don't enjoy murdering an animal. Most of what I do
yeah,
in my free time, I watch animal care and I cry when they fix the hooves. My favorite channels are the channel on YouTube channels where they fix the hooves of cows. I love
yeah.
taking care of animals. I love all animals. I love
So do you think loving animals and not funding their slaughter is more ethical? Because
no,
that could be an example, right?
no.
Of a vegan.
Wait. So I mean, if I could not kill an animal, that would be
Hmm.
preferable. If I,
Yeah,
I don't kill a cow because I enjoy killing the cow.
yeah. I never said that.
What?
I never said that.
Oh,
Hold on, go back to the question real quick. What was the question? The original
like
question you
give me an
asked me.
example. It could be. It doesn't matter what the question was. I mean, but if you want the original question, it was give me an example of something that a vegan does versus a non-vegan, where the vegan's ethical superiority comes. Give me an example. Like the.
Um,
Mhm.
what
Hey,
I said, not funding the slaughter of
No,
animals
yo,
for the
my bad.
industry.
no. But that's not an example. Like, okay, you have.
That is an example. How is that not an
No,
example?
no. I'll give you an example. What I mean, an example. So
Okay.
there's twin brothers, and they wake up in the morning. Now one of them is vegan, the other one is not vegan. So let's go through their day and show me at one way they wake up, they brush their teeth, they make their bed, and then
Then they go to eat breakfast,
exactly.
but they don't have anything for breakfast.
Okay.
One of the twins goes to the store and they're buying non-animal products. Okay, they're not buying anything that's made from animals.
Mm-hmm.
The other brother is buying things that are made from animals. Therefore, he's funding and creating demand for the industry of slaughtering and killing animals, right? Or torturing, sorry, abusing. So the brother that is vegan and chose not to do that day is more ethical
Mm-hmm.
because he thinks about his morals. The other brother that's eating meat, there's a very low chance that he's like, oh, I know this kills animals, but I don't care. He's probably just like, oh, I'm going to get to the store to get food. The vegan, on the other hand, is probably thinking about like, oh, well, I'm not going to be supporting the industry or the factories by getting vegan food.
All right.
And then they go home and eat breakfast.
Okay. Let me try and simplify. Good, it's a good example. No, let me try and simplify this scenario as follows.
Okay.
So let's say the twins are identical and they both love animals. It's not that one of them buys and says, I don't care. They both say we love animals, but one of them says, I'm unhappy that a cow had to suffer and die, but like he would say, well, the cow is not going to live an infinite life. The cow would die at the end, so the cow had a good life. The cow was given this life, right? The vegan in the vegan world, that cow would not even come into existence. And also, let's say this cow had a good life. The cow was given a great life. It was in an open farm. It could roam around, scratch itself. There was a vet on site. It had humans who took care of it and loved it, and it had friend cows, and had a great life and had children, and just it, the cow had a great life. But after a couple of years, they decided that it's time to slaughter it and eat it. Not happily. It's just it. The point is, they would not have brought this cow to this universe into existence if not under the condition that they would, after a few years of a good life, they would slaughter it and eat it. That was the condition upon which they gave this cow its life.
Yeah.
Whereas the vegan would say, I'd rather this cow not have lived at all.
Well, that's not my view.
Wait, what do you mean that's not your view? Let me ask you.
Well, I think the cow should live if it's in good conditions and then just continue living.
No.
Until it dies of natural causes.
No. If you're a vegan, then you would not have brought this cow into life.
Okay. So you're saying the general vegan view, like the general, like what most vegans.
I mean, it's also technical. I mean, if the world became vegan right now, very quickly all the cows would go extinct. All farm animals would go extinct. The cows will most likely not survive, and they will all die. They will die out. In a vegan.
So. No, continue.
Okay, so the question is, if me and you were cows in this farm and we were given a choice, would you, like before you're conceived, we were given a choice, would you like to come into existence to this universe where you would have a great life, a very comfortable life, fun life, full of love and happiness, but at the end, you get a quick and as painless as possible death, and then you.
Well, that's not what happens, but okay.
Let's assume. I want to. I said I.
This is hypothetical.
Yes, this is no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's not hypothetical. There's plenty of farms that are exactly as I'm describing. This is absolute. It's probably most farms that are the way I'm describing. I don't know, like vegans lie, I think, when they claim that the animal industry is anything else. Maybe, I don't know, in other countries, but as far as I know, in the United States, well,
Well,
you can certainly,
what?
hold on, you can certainly purchase animal products that are just as I've described. You can watch YouTube videos. I love watching these YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they're out there. Yeah.
No, no, no. There's plenty of YouTube videos where you have these farms. I'm sure that it's it's likely to me that it's by far, it's probably closer to 99% of animal products that you buy that are like that. Certainly, if you buy it from Australia, they live a complete outdoor life. If you buy it from South America, they live a complete outdoor life. That's probably most of the meat in the world. So, but let's ignore it. Let's just assume that's the reality. Hold on. Which so if I ask you, so it's not hypothetical. It's
Yeah.
you go watch YouTube. There's so many videos of these farms. You can see the cows. They're honestly loved. If I were a farmer, I would love my cows. Why would you? Well, it's like having any other pet. There's so much. There's so much fun to be with. They're so cute and
Yeah.
cuddly. Anyway, so if I would ask you, right, but by you saying hypothetical, you are insinuating that you would.
Well, I wasn't. I wasn't saying it was. I was asking you. I was like, "Is this hypothetical?"
Sure. Okay. Sure. So the question is, if I would ask you, as a cow before it's born, would you like to be born into such a universe where you would get a few good years of love and happiness and comfort and outdoors and sun and friends and family and humans, and you'd be taken like anyway, that or not come into existence at all? What would you choose? Where the condition
I'd come into.
the con-
I'd come into existence and die if the death wasn't painful and torturous.
yes, right.
Okay, so now I want to go into the death part.
Mhm.
The death topic.
Hmm.
How in these farms do they kill these animals? That makes it painless. What do they do?
As far as I know, I'm not saying it's painless. I don't know. It might be painless. It's quick and as painless as possible. That's what I know.
Well, if you're talking about the majority of farms that use stun guns on cattle, stun guns are not usually effective. They have I think I don't know the exact number, but they have a pretty high fail rate. And after the cow is still like it's kind of like in a state of like I don't know the word for it, but it's kind of like between consciousness and like in consciousness, so they can like move around like with assistance, but and they can feel pain, but they're not like fully conscious, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like an in between. So, and they won't die instantly. Yeah.
But
So it's not that painless and it's not that quick.
okay, let me ask you if okay, so if you were a cow and I would give you two alternatives. One is to be born into such a farm and die this death, which might be prolonged and painful, or be born into nature where, statistically speaking, you would always die a horrific death by predators or by disease or by nature, by heat, by fire. I mean, all animals in nature die horrific
Yeah.
deaths. So what's your preference?
The first option, obviously.
So out of the three, not be born at all, be born to a good farm, or be born into wildlife. What's your preference?
Probably be good born into a farm with guaranteed death after a couple years. But What I'm saying is most farms in the
Mhm.
world for animals are not what you described.
Okay, that's possible, but that's I would argue is irrelevant because you can go to
How is that irrelevant?
because you can go.
So if no, what I'm saying, I'm not trying to like
Hmm.
call you out, but if you're saying
Hmm.
that this point isn't hypothetical, that it's real, it's a real situation
Hmm.
where you could be born on the farm,
Hmm.
like it is possible. You are technically right. I'm sure out of 570 million farms,
Hmm.
there are some that are as you
Hmm.
described, but I don't know if what the chances of being born on that farm would
Hmm.
be without like without it being hypothetical.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant. My question is, my question is, not even a question. I mean, you can go to the store. Okay, going back now to our twin hypothetical,
Yeah.
or okay, let's just talk about life. I mean, when I go to the store, certainly when you go to Costco, I don't know what country you live in, but in the United States we have Costco. You go to Costco and you can buy free roaming beef,
Yeah, grass fed, all
grass
that.
fed, all that, free roaming chickens, free roaming milk, free. I don't know if there's free roaming milk, but let's say there is. But certainly there's free roaming eggs everywhere in the world I've been. There's free roaming eggs, which is the same argument. And there's free roaming meat. I think there's certainly free roaming grass fed, whatever, cows. So, so do you still feel that the vegan is more ethical than the non-vegan at this point? Let-
In the idea that they
Yeah.
would rather have an animal not live at all.
No, let's talk about our twins. The twins, one of them is vegan, one is not. So they go to the store. One of them goes and buys the Costco free roaming eggs, chickens, and free roaming beef, grass fed, whatever. Do you still feel that the vegan twin is more ethical than the non vegan twin?
I think maybe by a little bit, but then again,
How?
I'm
Wait,
gonna clear this up as well.
wait, what?
Uh,
What is
I
what?
want to clear this up as well.
Okay.
I'm not big on this topic because if I went vegan, I'd do it more for health reasons. But that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like so. Hold up. I'm gonna go back to this again. By ethical, we talked about how, like, in your point being right
Hmm.
that most vegans would rather the animal not be born at all. Is that so? Is that the point we're making that they'd rather buy meat? I'm sorry, like vegan products, and they're still like they still have that point of view. I'm confused here.
I mean, as far as I know, if the world goes vegan right now, then all the farm animals go extinct. Why there's going to be no more chickens and no more cows?
Well, one guy being vegan isn't the whole world going vegan.
No,
That's
I'm saying
irrelevant to the
no.
situation.
If tomorrow morning the whole world goes vegan,
Yeah, but that's not relevant to the situation that you described with the twins.
so I don't. I mean, so you asked me, do vegans prefer that the cows not come into existence? As far as I know, that's their preference.
Okay. Okay, so yes is the answer. Now going back to the twins situation,
Hmm.
what do you mean by ethics? Because we went on this whole like roller coaster ride of all this stuff that we
I
talked about.
I actually don't believe ethics exist. I mean, I'm
So you don't believe morals exist?
exactly. I'm an amoral egoist. You could read more about my philosophy on my website. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's according to you. I asked you, do you feel that vegans are more ethical? And you said yes. I I don't believe in ethics, so I don't
Okay,
think.
so if you don't believe in ethics, then why are you asking me the question? Do you just want my view on ethics? Is that the
I'm
whole
anti-vegan.
idea?
I'm trying
Okay,
to.
so
Mhm. Yeah, I just want to debate you. I want to try and help you to not be vegan.
Help me. Well, I'm not vegan, and I'm probably not going to be vegan anytime soon because of my family situation.
Right, but
But
I'm trying to help you and anyone listening. I'm trying to help everyone to not be vegan because you're just harming you're just removing pleasure from your life for there's no reason. There's no
so
hmm
I don't think that's true. Like you mean pleasure by happiness, right? Like pleasure, happiness, enjoyment. Is that what we're talking about?
yeah.
Like feeling good. Well, I know a lot of vegans who are happy.
Well, they're happy, but they could be happier.
You can always be happier.
Right. And you can be one of the ways to be happier is to be not vegan. That's
How is that? How so?
well, well, you see that vegans eat fake meat. That means
Not always. You don't just vegans don't just eat fake meat. They have diets of many different plants and vegetables and stuff. And sure, they might put in substitutes here and there, but I mean, they don't usually eat just like Beyond Burgers. Beyond
right,
Burgers.
but you I noticed that a lot of them do like do you know Vegan Gains?
Hey, so what
What do you mean?
culture are you from?
What culture?
Yeah, where are you from in the world?
I don't discuss anything that might dox me.
Okay. Um, I was gonna just bring up something like if you were maybe from like
He's from the
somewhere
United
near like
States.
the United States. Okay. Well, there's let's see. There's soy curls which are made from soy. Um there's things that are not just fake meat
Yeah.
like tofu. It's been around for thousands of years.
No, but
Hey, LK, can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Are you happy as a vegan?
absolutely.
Are you happier than you were when you were non-vegan?
Yes. More
Why?
than happy. I'm not even depressed anymore.
Why is this? Because I want to give you an example, Mr. Slave,
Mhm.
of vegans that are happy and kind of disprove your point there. So why are you happy? What
I'm
makes you happier?
happy. I'm happy because I've finally balanced my hormones and also because I'm no longer depressed about the excess body weight that I have and
Okay.
also the emotional toll of eating animals.
So what is that emotional toll to you? What do you did you feel guilt in eating animals?
Yes,
Why is that for you?
because I knew that when I was purchasing animal products that I was giving my dollar to an industry that was killing and harming animals.
Now, Mr. Slave, when you go to the supermarket, do you specifically look for meat that has the word grass-fed on it or the
No,
like open pasture or whatever?
no,
You don't, right?
no.
So you don't. Okay. And you said you're not. Um, you said you don't have ethic. You don't believe in ethics.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, back to the question. I'm gonna go back here to the twins situation that we made up. Okay.
hmm
And I do think that the twin who is vegan is more ethical than the twin who is non-vegan. And I gave my reason before, but
Yeah,
I'll give it
give it
again if you
again,
need it.
please.
Okay. And this is opinionated as well, right? But I believe that when the non-vegan goes to the store and picks up his breakfast or lunch or whatever, right? He's thinking more about himself and what he's eating. He's not sitting down and being like, "Ooh, an animal's harmed in the making of this. I'm gonna enjoy it even more." He doesn't get pleasure out of that, right? But I feel like the vegan, when he goes to the store and he's buying his food, he knows that he is not supporting the industry and the killing and abuse of animals, right? He knows he's
No,
benefiting his health
no.
and that gives him
No.
more moral and ethic reason.
No, no. We in the hypothetical, we said that we explained that it's not abusing cows. They're not abusing cows.
But I just asked you this question. I said, when you go to the store as a non-vegan, do you look for grass-fed or like open pasture, etc. meat? And you said no. So I'm assuming, just like you assumed for vegans, that most vegans have that view that you stated before, right? I'm going to assume that that non-vegan twin isn't buying stuff from an open pasture, grass-fed, etc.,
No,
right? And he is supporting
no,
the industry of factory
no,
farming. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
no, no. We can, I can prove to you, just like we have gotten thus far. We can continue this discussion, and I can prove to you that it's ethical to eat even non-free roaming animals. But for now, let's simplify. Let's go step by step.
Yeah, well, I never said it was unethical, right? I never said that. Those words ever left my mouth. I just said that the vegan twin in the situation is slightly more ethical, and I gave my reason behind it. But continue.
No, wait a minute. So let's simplify. Let's continue the simplified hypothetical where the non-vegan twin purchases free roaming beef from a
Okay,
farm, just like on the YouTube channels, that they don't abuse their animals.
but they're still killing the animal, right?
Yes.
Obviously, to get the meat. Then
Excuse
I
me.
feel like the vegan still has more ethics.
No, but I asked you if you were the cow. If you were that cow that the
Yeah.
non-vegan twin ended up purchasing, you were that cow. I asked you, what's your preference? Would you have preferred to come into existence or not? And your preference was to come into existence. So,
But not coming into existence doesn't make sense to me. Like, as if I was that cow, if I was in the mind of the cow that doesn't exist, how am I in the mind of a cow that doesn't exist?
it's a hypothetical. Let's say,
Hypothetical. Okay.
right. Let's say
But,
you were born as a cow, and then we gave you a choice. Do you want to disappear back into non-existence, or do you want to continue existing and then die a somewhat
I would disappear into non-existing
Hello.
because that mean with a painless death, right? I would die without pain. I would just float away and become one
but
with the
then you
universe.
would, but you wouldn't live. You wouldn't have the chance to live, to run in the sun, to play with friends, to play with humans.
I don't know what that is. I just was born as a cow. I have no idea what that is yet.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are any of you actually vegan?
Nope.
Yes.
Anti-vegan.
I'm for
Well-
veganism, but I can't be vegan because family.
I came in here just like, well, I just got done eating a steak. And I was like, I'm not having the vegan world. I just want to see what you. I want to hear a vegan's reasoning behind being vegan. I'm just curious. I'm not here to pick on people. I just really wanted to hear like a vegan's point of
Let
view.
me just remind everyone, this is being streamed live on YouTube. And
Oh, I'm fine with that.
okay, LK, are you okay with that?
Yeah,
Um,
sorry I'm like reading
Yeah,
at
no
the
problem.
same time.
Mr.
So LK, may I ask
Dickerson,
why you're vegan?
but I can even go further. I can debate you why you should
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
vegan.
Me?
No, you can't. No way.
Wait, would you
Okay.
like?
I'm
Yeah, go ahead, LK.
Thank you. I'm vegan because I feel empathy towards animals who are being exploited and harmed and then killed in the meat industry, the dairy industry. It makes me feel like I should be consuming things that are without harm and, you know, buying into things that make the world more empathetic towards animals.
All right, who wants? Mr. Slave, do you want me to respond or?
Yeah.
Um, well, can I ask you this? Um, are you are you familiar with the health benefits though towards being on an animal-based diet compared to a vegan diet?
Like what?
Well, well, on a vegan diet, the amount of nutrition you lack.
What do I lack?
Vitamin B. Eggs are the most nutrient-dense food on Earth. Ground beef, well, red meat, not ultra-processed red meat, but grass-fed red meat is one of the healthiest foods you can consume as a human.
So I take a B12 supplement, so I'm good there.
Um,
Um,
well,
Yeah.
so do you eat soy protein?
I do.
Are you aware of how processed it is?
Just depends on the processing.
So are you on a so like Beyond Beef, it's like 54 ingredients. It doesn't scare you how many ingredients it takes to make like fake meat?
I don't eat Beyond Beef. It's just not to my liking. I will though take that logic of when I go to the grocery store looking for things with less additives and like preservatives. So when it comes to like meat like products that are vegan, I would find something with more wholesome ingredients.
Does so besides the emotional feeling you have towards animals, is there any other reason that you won't consume
Yeah.
animal products?
Yeah. So being vegan has helped my hormones balance. I have lost a lot of weight and gained muscle, so it's helped my body issues, and that's clarified me mentally, and I no longer have depression, and I I just feel like a better person. I'm more aligned with my values.
That's good. That's
I,
good.
re- I respect that. I
Yeah.
respect that. I've actually never heard that from a vegan, so I respect that. Uh,
Thank you.
I'm glad it works for you. Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Um, I I don't know what Mr. Slave was going to tell me a vegan diet is more healthy, but it's going to be hard to talk me into that.
That's okay.
The question is, why are you not vegan?
Because I've never felt healthier than I do on an animal-based diet. I'm not talking like a normal American diet. I'm talking like a strictly meat diet. So like I wake up, I eat eggs. Lunch I eat either chicken or beef, and then dinner I eat beef,
So hold up.
and then
Can
for
I interrupt? Can I interrupt
yeah.
here for like? Sorry. So you said strictly meat, but you just mentioned dairy. So you're just talking like strictly
Oh,
animal products?
or yeah. Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Well, I didn't mean to like say strictly meat. I mean like strictly
No, you're
animal
fine.
product with and add fruit into that. So meat,
Okay.
fruit, dairy.
So
So
you mainly, but out of your diet, you're mainly eating animal products. So you do eat fruit, but you're
yeah,
mainly eating meat. Okay, continue.
yeah. So like yeah, like dinner's beef, and then if I was snack, it'll be like Greek yogurt, raw honey, fruit.
Wait a minute. So the
Yeah.
question is, um, if I mean, do you eat humans?
No,
Why not?
because humans, because humans over time, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know. I just don't. I, I don't. I don't eat humans. I don't think
So
anybody does other than like
so
cannibals. But
I'm not gonna go into the traits thing because it's a completely different argument. It always ends in something bad. But what you're saying, I'm not asking you to name the trait or the barrier or whatever. You're saying there is a barrier that separates eating animals and eating humans in your like moral view.
100% because
Okay.
our ancestors thrived on animal-based products. Our ancestors were hunters and gatherers.
Okay, that's a decent reason. But anyway,
So
continue.
so as humans we evolved hunting and eating red meat. Red meat is probably the oldest food we've eaten, you know.
Wait, my question is, so I asked you, why are you not eating humans? I didn't get a clear answer. So you would eat a human if it were,
No, I wouldn't.
why not?
No.
Why
No.
not? Why?
I just don't. I don't think anybody would.
But why would you not? That's the question. What's the reason to not eat a human? I mean, what's the why do you distinguish between animals that you do eat and humans that you don't eat?
We've eaten animals forever. We've never eaten humans.
Yeah, but I'm not. Let's say you didn't know history.
I wouldn't. I don't, dude. I think we're naturally just not drawn to eating a human.
But why are? Let's say I showed you two hamburgers. They look the same. They taste the same. Everything about them is the same. I would tell you, one of them is from a human. The other one is from a cow. Would you eat?
Then everything about them isn't the same. One of them
No,
is
I'm
from
saying as far as you can tell, the flavor, the
Okay.
smell, the texture, everything looks identical.
If you go ahead, if you clarify that one of them's human, I'm obviously going to eat the one from a cow.
No.
But if I end up eating the human one, not knowing,
You don't know which is
I mean,
which. Would you eat one of them or both of them? You don't know which is which.
well, if I knew one was human, no, I would not eat it.
But you don't know in the situation.
And let's say,
Well, if I don't know, I mean, if I don't know and I end up eating it, then I ate it. And
okay,
there's
let's
nothing
say
I can do
one.
about it.
I show you.
I think
Okay. Let's say I show you three hamburgers. One of them is human. I don't tell you which. Would you eat one of them?
do I know that one of them is not human?
I tell you, one of them is human. The two others are cow. You don't know which is which. Would you eat one of them?
No,
Take the risk.
Let's say it's
Okay.
1 out of 10.
I would just leave them alone.
Okay, let's say one hamburger is human, 9 are from cow. Would you pick one and eat it? 1 out of 10.
I
He
wouldn't want to take the chance because you're gonna get sick.
What
You're gonna
about
get
one?
sick if you.
No, let's say you're not gonna get sick. Let's say it's a very healthy human. Everyone had all the animals and human had a vet check them. It's healthy. It's good meat. What about one hamburger out of 1,000 hamburgers is human? Would you pick one and eat it?
Yeah. At that point, yeah, I would.
The chance is so low.
Dude, 1 out of 1,000. I'm positive I'm not gonna pick the human burger, but if I do, then I mean, what can I do?
So why not? So there's it's not the end of the world. What you're saying is okay.
I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time understanding
He's
this
saying,
like question.
Okay, I think so. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I'm going to explain it to Mr. Slave. I think. What are you saying, Mr. Richardson? That. Ooh, I lost what I was going to say. I was too busy thinking of a substitute for your
Sorry.
name. Are
That's
you
not my real name, by the
saying
way.
that? So if it's an accidental chance of you eating a human burger, right? And it has no consequence except the moral like setting of, oh, I just ate a human, you'd be fine with accidentally doing it, right? But you wouldn't go out and purposely eat a human knowing that it's a human. That's basically what you're saying, right?
No, I would no. I
Yeah.
no.
Okay. But anyway, Mr. Slave, continue with
Yeah,
your-
but why not? Why not eat a human? Is there a reason not to eat a human, or is there no reason not to? Why don't you eat human?
he gave a reason. He
Hold
said
on.
that humans had been eating meat
No, Jim.
like centuries,
No.
and that
Let him. I'm trying to diffuse this argument of history. It's not a reason. The fact that somebody else did something, it's not a reason why not to do something or do something.
Why isn't
Okay,
it a reason?
I don't want to eat a human because I this is a okay. This is probably the like one question that's kind of it's hard to answer a question like this. Why don't I?
Let me ask you this.
Uh,
Let's say a human died of natural causes, like not natural, sorry. A human died in a car accident, like a roadkill human. Would you eat a roadkill human?
you know the answer to that.
Wait, no, I do. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know.
No, I would not eat a
Why
roadkill
not?
human. I don't think anyone
Why
would.
not? No, forget about anyone else.
Well,
I
number
don't care about anyone else.
well,
Why?
number one, because it's a human.
It's illegal, dude.
Oh, let's
Okay,
ignore.
you really want to debunk my this whole thing. You just got to ask me like an actual question I can answer that we can
No,
debate
no.
because it's kind of hard to debate.
Yeah, hold up, Mr. Slave. You said his reason. So he gave a reason, right? That he would not. His initial answer to why he would not eat a human. I mean, sorry, he would eat an animal but not a human is because humans haven't been eating each other for centuries, and humans have been eating animals for centuries. And you said that's not a reason. How is that not a reason?
No, I said the fact that
No. You said it. You said it's not a reason. You said the fact that someone has been doing something before you doesn't justify, but he's not. It's not a justification. It's a reason. How is it not a reason?
No, I'm saying the fact that someone did something or didn't do something that's not a reason why I shouldn't or should do something. How is that a reason?
But you can use it as a reason
How? How is that relevant?
because you could use it as a reason. If someone has been killing people, if centuries before, like Sam's part of a separate species. Centuries, my species have been killing the Homo sapiens species, right? And my reason for continuing to do that, it might not be right, right? Killing is bad, or at least from my view, murder is bad, right? Even though it is bad what I'm doing, I still have the reason. I'm still providing a reason, and my reason is because my ancestors before me did it. I don't understand how you think that's not a reason.
So I said, let's say we don't know history. Let's say we're not historians. Who knows? Who knows what our ancestors
But
did?
this isn't a hypothetical situation. This is a real situation. You wanted a real answer for, and then we went into hypothetical things. I don't see the connection. I'm just confused here. I think I'm as confused as you, Mr. Slade.
Okay, so
You know what? I can tell Jim Bob is very young, but for being very young, he is very smart.
Thank you.
good.
This
Yeah,
kid's
Uh,
going places.
it's a good point. So,
Maybe you're confusing. Maybe you're confusing the word reasoning with justification, as Jim
Yeah.
Bob has said.
Yeah. So are you asking for a justification? Like there's a difference between my reason for doing it is
I
because
don't
people
think
did it before me.
naturally we would eat. I don't think naturally
Yeah.
we would eat a human. Like when I mean I'm not I don't live biblically, but
Yeah.
say like biblically is the correct way. I'm gonna be hypothetical for a minute. Like Adam and Eve when they were put on Earth, like Adam didn't fucking eat Eve. Like it's like just not how it works.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask this even if it's not what Mr. Slave wants. I just want you to give me your answer and I'm just gonna leave it because I'm tired. I don't really feel like debating much more. Do you have a justification for not eating humans? And if so, what is it? Simple.
A justification for not eating humans. I don't know. I just
Don't eat them.
well number one I don't want to. Number two, it's illegal. Number three, I'm pretty sure you would probably get deathly sick just for eating a human.
So
I mean,
those are reasons. I don't think there's a
I mean, a justification.
Do you have
I
one?
feel like
If you don't have one, be honest. I'm not gonna pressure you.
it's a hard question to answer. I
It
feel
is a
like
hard
I,
question.
I guess I was expecting him to ask me like a much different question on why I'm not vegan. Besides, why don't I eat humans?
Same. So do you have off the top of your head? You don't have a justification, right? I'm just asking you. Just be honest.
I would,
I
I
don't
would have
either.
to, I would have to, I would, no, like I know for a fact, like I think I know why, but at the same time, I just can't think of like how to put it in the words. It's very hard.
So yeah, so off the top of your head, you can't like say it, right? Neither can I, so it's fine. So
Yeah,
just
I
no?
can't.
Okay.
I can't.
All
No.
right. Then I'm just gonna leave it then. So, Mr. Slave, continue with your questioning if you want to.
Hey, Mr. Slave, can you ask me like a different reason? Can you, besides like cannibalism?
But that's see, when you debate, you came here to debate vegans. So I am pretending.
Well, I guess I wasn't expecting to be asked why I don't eat humans. I mean, I
But
don't eat
that's what
humans
they
because
that's what vegans do. That's exactly what they do. Well, I've debated
Are you vegan?
vegans. That's they ask you to distinguish. I mean, they ask you why do you distinguish between humans and animals? That's what they do. If you want to debate a vegan, then you need to have an answer, and they would say because you don't have an answer, you are basically you're
well, you can't expect someone to have an answer to everything. I mean, there's always going to be a time where someone can't answer a certain question. I think if you were to ask me, I think that you probably asked me like one of the very few questions I could not answer because I just don't know how. Other than saying, like I have no desire to eat a human. We've never done it as human beings. We didn't evolve that way.
no your
I don't think
desire.
there's really.
I
I don't
proved
think there's a. I
no,
don't think there's a nutritional value in it at all. You'd probably
no,
get deathly sick.
no, 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 no. We I gave you a hypothetical. The two burgers. You said you have no
Yeah, and you
desire,
answered that.
and I told you they're identical. You cannot distinguish, and you said no. I wouldn't eat it, even though they're
If he
in
knew
this.
one of them was killed.
So you cannot say you have no desire.
Okay, you put two burgers in front of me. One of them's human. One of them's beef. I'm not going to eat it. You put 10 in front of me. If it's
No,
a
no, no,
10-1
fine.
odds,
But
probably not going to eat
why
it.
not use? The point is, you said you have no
Hold up.
desire to eat a human burger, but that's not true. Because
Why isn't that true?
because I mean,
Because
if you wouldn't know, let's say I would give you two burger.
if you wouldn't know which
no,
one, if you were
no,
under
no,
the
no.
impression that
Here.
both of those, no, wait, let me finish. If you were under the impression that both of those burgers were beef, the only desire you would have is to eat a hamburger. The desire to eat a human is completely out of the equation at that point. But if
Well,
you know one of those, right, you could be like that's a chance. Like, I don't desire to eat a human, but I desire to eat a hamburger. I'm taking a chance of eating human. And then you compare that situation to the roadkill situation where you hit someone with your car, and do you have the desire to eat them or not? There's no hamburger. Do you have the desire to turn them into a hamburger, eat them or not? Then he doesn't, right? He doesn't have that desire in that situation where he can openly choose. There's no risk, there's no chance. It's just either I'm going to eat them or not. It's not like, oh, I might eat this accidentally. But
right.
continue.
So I mean, if you debate a vegan, and the vegan is just gonna keep cross-examining you, why do you distinguish, and you don't have an answer why you distinguish between a human and an animal. So because you don't distinguish, that means you basically, by all reason, you should eat a human or you should stop eating animals. Now, since you're not eating humans, then you should stop eating animals. That's what a vegan would say.
But you're not vegan.
Who?
You.
Right, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I would still, as a reasonable person, that's what I would say. I mean, if you want
But
to
you're not reasonable. You have no ethics. You admitted to having
no,
no
no,
ethics. You
no,
don't care about
no,
ethics.
no. This is
You
reason.
don't have morals. No, reason, right? The reason connects to morals, right?
No,
So if
No.
you have
no. This is nothing.
no reason, no morals,
No.
then you're not reasonable.
No. This is nothing to do with morals. This is
But you literally just said as a reasonable person.
no. This has to do with consistency. I mean, if you want to be a consistent person, if you want to claim that you're consistent, like most people want to be consistent, So if you want to be
Mhm.
consistent, either start eating humans or stop eating animals, or at least say that you don't. If you don't distinguish, then stop eating animals. Why are you not eating humans? By the same rationale, stop eating animals. That's what I would say.
A lot of
Even though I'm
yeah, and a lot of people
We've
don't know.
eaten humans since the beginning of time. We haven't eaten humans since the beginning of time.
right, but
That's the reason. Yeah.
that's not an ethical distinction. Why are
How?
you?
How?
It's not an
How is that
ethical
not ethical?
because it's not an ethical distinction.
Okay, okay, okay. Can I do this?
Distinctively.
Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this.
Okay.
Let me do this. Let me do this. How about this? Why don't you eat humans?
Why am I not eating humans?
Exactly. Yes. Why are you not eating humans?
So I don't want to give my answer.
Okay. Of
Well,
course.
no, I want to hear your answer.
So, and the ethical distinction here on, I think the idea that historically, back in time, right, since the beginning of time, humans have not eaten humans, right? So that makes it the norm, and that makes it, I guess, to some people, morally correct to not eat humans. And if in their view, the difference between eating animals and eating humans is the morally correct, like, oh, humans haven't eaten each other for centuries. So because that's the norm, that must be morally correct. And that's not true in all situations. I know
Wait a
tons of situations where that could be
wait
not
wait
true.
wait wait.
What?
You just said because it's the norm.
Yeah,
Yeah, repeat that
I'm
statement.
saying,
You said because
I
it's
said,
no. Here, I'll repeat what you said.
okay.
You said because it's the norm, it's probably moral.
I said they probably assume it's moral.
Right.
The
That
person would probably assume, right? And I'm not saying they're correct, but that's the ethic distinction.
and that's
That's the ethic distinction. That's the reason they have a higher moral value of a human over than an animal. That's why they're
wait
not
a
willing to
minute.
kill and eat a human, and they are willing to kill and
So
eat an animal.
so Jim Bob, so you believe that ethics exists.
I do believe that ethics exist. Yes.
You believe in
Yes.
God?
Yeah, I do. I'm Christian.
Oh, I see. Dick, do you believe in God?
I don't know. I'm very lost with religion. I'm very lost. I'm. Everybody in my life is trying to drive me towards Christ, but I just don't have time in my life right now to. I'm
Good
trying
for
to.
you.
I have written like a few books out of the Bible, but I just haven't like really gotten like close to God yet. So it maybe soon. I don't know. I I
You'll
don't know.
say yes or no too.
What?
Okay, simple answer no, but I'm working on trying to build a relationship with God. I'm working on it. It's a work in
So
progress.
you do believe in God. Wait, but Jim Bob, so you believe in God. That's why so your ethics come from God?
No, I never said that. You just asked me if I believed in ethics, and then you asked me if I believed in God. And I never said they had any connection.
So your ethics don't emanate from God?
I don't think normally. No, I don't have a very strong connection with God. I'm Christian because I was brought up Christian. I go out of my way to have like a super strong relationship with God or have a relationship with God, but I don't think. I mean, I think some. I guess you're right. Some do come from God. But I don't think most of my ethics come from God. I think most of my ethics are from decisions I make or like views that I personally have with their own justifications that are separate from religion.
But but that makes it just arbitrary if you decide. Well, that's not ethics. That's just an arbitrary. That's a flip of a coin.
So that makes it not ethics. So all ethics have to originate with God. So an atheist doesn't have ethics.
No. And
So hold on. So no. If an atheist, someone who has no connection to religion, can have ethics, right? But I can't have ethics that don't connect to religion. I don't see the consistency. I don't see the what that like.
no.
I'm lost now.
No. So I can believe in God or I
Yeah.
can not believe in God. I can be either, and I can be simultaneously amoral. So I happen to be amoral. I believe there are no ethics. As far as God is
Okay.
concerned, I believe it's unknowable. I mean, everything is unknowable, but as far as we know, there is no God and there are no ethics. But even if there were a God, there still would be no ethics. If God imposes his ethics, that's not ethics. That's just God.
So you're not just saying you don't believe in ethics now. You're saying ethics don't exist. So why are you asking us all these ethic related questions if you're under the impression that ethics don't exist anywhere to anyone?
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to show you the path.
Help me what?
I'm trying to help you live a better life.
So
Well, so
well,
you're
no,
having
that
you're
doesn't
trying
answer
to
my
tell us
question.
you're trying to tell us to live a better life, but you don't live this better life yourself
Why not? Of course, I live this better life.
because you're trying to tell me how veganism is the way of life, but you're not even a vegan yourself.
I'm anti-vegan, but I wanna. You asked.
You're anti. Wait. You're anti-vegan, but you believe veganism is the healthiest diet in the world.
No, I don't care about health. I happen to be like you. I eat mostly
about health.
animal products.
What the hell?
Why? But why?
So are you admitting that eating animal products is not caring about your health, or is there no connection between that?
No. I'm saying there's no. No. There's no connection. I mean, you could be vegan,
Okay.
or not vegan, and be healthy or unhealthy. I don't see the connection.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm not asking like on like mostly or like generally. I'm just asking to you, but that's cleared up now. So continue.
So my point is, I mean, I believe there are no ethics. I am amoral, and I think that is the truth. And if you live a life where you believe that ethics exist, then you live a life of lies. And I'm trying to help you to avoid living a life of lies and live a life of truth.
What's the lie? What's the
Yeah,
lie?
what's the lie in me wanting to become vegan?
The lie is that you believe a falsehood, namely that there are ethics, where the reality is there are no ethics.
Okay. Well, then you must believe that falsehood too, because you're asking us questions about ethics, and you're like making these connections and hypothetical things with you and them about ethics, right? I'm
No,
confused right now.
no, I'm trying to
Is that
prove.
not what's going on?
I'm trying.
Okay.
No,
You're trying to prove to me that there's no ethics.
no. That would be a different discussion. No, Dick came in asking to debate a vegan, and I pretend I'm being transparent. I'm pretending transparent
Yeah.
to be a vegan just in order to have Dick's will fulfilled that he wants to debate a vegan.
But you're not vegan, so everything you're saying about vegans, everything you're arguing about vegans, you're just assuming and going based off of what you heard maybe one or two people say in an argument.
No, go to my channel. There's probably at this point 100 debates that I've conducted with vegans.
Okay.
I
All right.
specialize in
Hi,
debating
Andre.
vegans.
Just letting you know
Really?
you're being recorded on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's Mr. Slave's live streaming.
yeah,
We're
I'm live
debating.
streaming and recording for all time, for all the rest of
So
How many
now
how many subscribers do you have?
he's like 150.
yeah.
Oh, it's not gonna cut it.
So okay, so what is this debate about now? Because I feel like we've shifted topics from you and me debating, you and Femboy debating, you and Richard debating. I don't know what we're debating about now. I'm lost now because you kept switching up the thing. So what are we really debating about now, Mr. Slave?
Hey, let me just say this. Hey, hey, Mr. Slave, can you do me a favor?
Mhm.
Can you ask me like an actual like question besides why I wouldn't eat humans?
But
Can you is that your only argument to veganism is why
it's
don't you eat humans?
I think it's the best argument and is the one that the biggest vegans use when they debate and win against non-vegans. Richard
So
let me just finish.
so
Richard
what?
No, I
Okay.
didn't finish. Richard actually destroyed I mean, Richard, not you. Richard, Vegan Gains, destroyed Destiny on Vegan Gains channel in a veganism debate, and Destiny is very difficult to win against, but Vegan Gains destroyed him just with this distinction. Name the distinction. It's called name the trait. Name the distinction between
Yeah,
humans.
I know.
Why? Yeah, I'm just telling Dick. So name the distinction. Why are you not eating? If you are eating animals, then a human is an animal. Why are you avoiding eating the human animal? And at the end of the day,
Okay, but he doesn't want I don't think he wants a whole explanation of this plethora of why it's a big debate. He just wants you to ask him a question that's not related to what you just asked him. He wants a different question because we started that question and we've gone down this entire tangent of blah 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 blah, and we've shifted topics. So can you just ask him a question that's not related to that so we can move on?
So Dick, do you believe that vegans are more ethical than non-vegans?
I don't think so.
But it took you a very long time to think about it. Why?
Well, you usually skip around most of the questions we ask you or completely ignore them, so I think it's justified that he took time to think about his answer and actually give you a truthful answer. But anyway, continue.
Jim Bob, I appreciate that you're trying to be his representative, but sometimes when this, like, sometimes you're defending a person before they defend themselves, and
Well, if he wants me to stop, he can just tell me. He can say, "Hey, Jim Bob, stop defending me." But he hasn't said anything to that extent.
No, but we're not. There's no competition here. This is very.
I never said there was.
No. But the point is,
I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your question: do I think vegans are more ethical than non-vegans? I don't think either are like more ethical than the other. I do think. I'm not saying all vegans have this mindset. I'm gonna assume.
Sorry, just to interrupt. Other people want to join. Would you guys mind being moved up so other people can join?
Moved up to where? Like social? Like what?
Yeah, I'm just gonna move everyone to friendly vegan. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm recording. Does he know we're recording?
Okay, I'll say
Here
this.
we
I
go.
do.
But
I think
it's being recorded and it's being streamed live on YouTube. I hope everybody's fine with that.
But yeah, that doesn't change anything.
I'm totally fine with it. I think there's a large community of vegans who just like to sort of shit on meat eaters. It's a huge community online. I'm sure
Yeah, there
you
is.
guys are aware of it. I don't think LK, I doubt you're one of those people. You don't sound like it. I don't see you
No,
like
absolutely.
I don't
those types of people.
I can't see you being someone who walks into like a Five Guys and just like fucking screams at somebody for eating a piece of meat.
So hold up, Richard, can I ask you this real quick because I want to clear this up with Mr. Slave. Are you fine with me giving my input that's on your side as well to this argument, or would you like me to stop and have a one-on-one? Because I don't
You
care.
can give your input. Yeah,
All right.
you can. Okay.
So now that's
I don't see
cleared
you
up.
as like I don't see it as like you defending me. I just see it as your input.
No,
Yeah.
but
So anyway, continue.
Jim Bob, I understand he doesn't mind, but it's not just that it's not that I mind, that there is it was an important time. I asked him, why did it take you a long time to think about it? I want him to think about it. I'd rather you not destroy that point. I want him to think.
Yeah, well, I wasn't destroying the point, but
I'm gonna be honest. When you that question, I actually didn't even hear what Jim Bob said. Jim Bob's input had no.
Well, basically, he was. I don't know if you were yelling at him, but you took a while to answer, right? And I think that's fair. You took time to think about your question, and when you said, "Oh, Richard, why did it take you so long to answer that question?" I thought you were like, attacking and insulting and whatever, just kind of being like, maybe like saying that he was unsure on it. So I just called you out as well for the same thing. I wasn't trying to destroy the point. I was just trying to justify him saying his thing.
Right. Anyway,
But anyway,
I was definitely not insulting Dick. I was really curious. I'm really curious. So I'll ask you again. So I asked you, do you feel vegans are more ethical than non-vegans? It took you a while to think about it. Why did it take you so much time? I'm really curious. Dick, are you
I
there?
don't know why it took me that long.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when you're using the term ethical, are you meaning they're like when you say vegans are more ethical, as in like they are more like they believe that like their truth is like the truth?
The question is, do you believe vegans are better people?
No. I'm
hold up, wait.
what I'm asking is, when you're saying, do I think vegans are more ethical than meat eaters? Are you asking me, do I think that like vegans are like do vegans think that
Mr. Slave, do you mean moral?
I'm
Like
just saying.
morally?
I'm just saying. Do you, Dick? Do you feel that vegans are better people than non-vegans?
I don't think what you eat and your like how you take care of your health and wellness does not make you a better person. You're no, like they're equal when it comes to that. Nobody's a better person because of what they eat.
No, but a vegan does not murder animals, and a non-vegan murders animals. Everybody agrees.
Okay,
A vegan wakes up in the morning, takes a chicken, chops its head off, and eats it. A non-vegan doesn't do that. So
What?
I'm sorry.
you switch those up.
Is it-
You switch those up.
Yeah. So the vegan wakes up in the morning and doesn't chop off a chicken's head and eat it.
Well, you gotta look at it as a point as like we've always done it. Like, yeah, sure. Like you can say that it's okay. Let me say this. You want to use the argument that meat eaters kill animals every day. Well, vegans contribute a lot of environmental problems as well. Do you know how many bunny rabbits aren't able to eat because of the amount of mass grain farming that goes on across the world? Do you know how many like little animals die because they're not able to eat because of we're literally taking all of it to give to a vegan?
Yeah, right. But if we look at two twin brothers, one is a vegan, one is a non-vegan. They wake up in the morning. One of them goes to the farm, picks a chicken, chops its head off, and eats the chicken. And the vegan doesn't do that. So the non-vegan just
Okay, so
murdered an innocent animal.
so the non-vegan is eating so the meat eater wakes up and eats eggs from a chicken or just eats chicken by cutting its fucking head off, and then the vegan eats like some fucking buckwheat that probably made an animal starve to death that also led to it dying. So either way, both an animal died in the process of both of them eating.
No, but let's say that's not true. Let's say the two vegan the vegan and non-vegan brothers, the twins. One of them is the vegan, wakes up in the morning, goes picks fruits from trees.
Hold up,
That's- Mhm.
Mr. Slave.
It's hard to speak in a hypothetical
Yeah,
term.
because I'm not trying to attack anyone, but I feel like the way that your arguments work, Mr. Slave,
Mhm.
is you deduct them. You'll make a point. Someone will give an answer that's fair, like just what he did, and then you deduct. You make it more hypothetical, etc. Right?
yeah.
Until there's only one answer you can give. Basically, now we're down to,
Yeah,
is someone
it's
killing and eating an
basically
animal? Yeah, like
it's
we're down to
basically
is
you're basically asking a question, and every time I give an answer, you make it more hypothetical. You can't look at facts
Yeah.
that way.
because now we're basically asking is who's more ethical, someone who kills and eats an animal or someone who doesn't kill and eat an animal, which is could still be looked at from different ways, but I'm just saying it seems like you deduct from the situation until there's only like one.
We can also look at this point. Vegans don't typically like this argument. So you think it's wrong that you think it's wrong if a human kills an animal and eats it, but what about like when a tiger like kills a fucking animal and eats it?
But I'm
It's
trying.
nature. It's nature to hunt and eat. We're
Right.
predators and preys. Humans are hunted by animals, and we hunt other animals. It's the
Yeah.
cycle of life.
Look, in my hypotheticals, I'm just trying to, separate issues and make it a cleaner and cleaner question until until the question is clear. So we have twin brothers. I mean, we have twin brothers or sisters. They wake up in the morning. The vegan goes picks fruits from trees. It sounds like you agree in that case that the vegan is a better person compared to the
No,
non-vegan
I don't.
that walks up to.
No, I don't believe that.
So wait, is killing an innocent animal, is it good? Are you a good person if you kill nilly-willy animals? You just kill animals.
No.
I mean, I don't think it makes you a bad person.
Is killing humans, does that
I think if every winter I want to go out and shoot a deer and eat it. I don't think it makes me a bad person.
I don't think he's thinking straight.
Okay, what about killing humans? Is that fine? Does that make you a bad
No,
person?
I mean, it depends on the human you're killing. I mean, if you're killing a child molester, it's one thing.
Nilly Willy, just Nilly
Very
Willy kill.
vegan.
If you killed humans nilly willy, are you that? Okay, let me ask you this: what is a bad or good person? Are there good and bad people, or are there?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So what's a
I
bad?
mean, if you're looking at, okay, if you want to look at it like biblically, yeah, we're all sinners. I don't think, I think there are good people. I do think there are bad people.
What makes a person good or bad? If it doesn't murder?
Well, I mean, now if you're, oh my God. All right. Okay.
God.
Okay. Let me think of this. I think there's a difference between killing and murdering.
But fine. I mean, a
That
person
action.
a person just walks around killing humans and animals nilly willy. He's killing them, murdering them,
Yeah.
call it whatever you want.
It's murdering the humans, killing the animals.
Wait, what's the
Oh.
difference?
I can define murder if you want. This is just like Oxford definition.
Why?
What? How is the difference in
Because-
between?
Well, I want the difference. The difference can lie in the definition. So, the unlawful or premeditated killing of one human being by another human being, to kill someone unlawfully with premeditation. So the basic definition. This is kind of off topic, but the basic definition of murder is a human being killing another human being, and the definition of kill is to cause the death of a person, animal, or any other living thing. So killing is more vast, but continue.
Okay, I kind of view it more though like
Yeah.
murdering. You have an intent on killing somebody when you murder them. Killing can be accidental. So like
Okay.
last week I was driving on the highway. It was 12:30 at night, midnight, and I was going like 65, 70 miles an hour on the highway, and I hit a skunk. A skunk ran right in front of me. I didn't murder that skunk. I killed it. I ran it
Let's
over.
say
It was an
let's say
accident.
you
I
let's say,
couldn't. It was unpreventable.
but let's say you walk up to a skunk with a machete and you chop it in two. Is that murder?
uh,
Sorry about the graphic.
Graphic. Just a tiny bit.
Okay, okay, well, I'd have to think about this one.
Ooh.
You might, yeah, okay, I will admit, Mr. Slave, you have me on this. You do have me in a pinch right here. I feel like this doesn't really tie into like the vegan versus meat eater argument though, really.
This is the essence. These are the essential arguments. This is why people
Yes.
become vegan. Vegan
I mean,
become vegan. Vegan by definition is ethical. It's not about health. The definition of veganism is health is ethical.
well, like personally, I am somebody who's like very, very like I care very much about my health. I'm very dialed in. Like I'm very concerned with my health all the time. I mean, so and I know that like the diet I eat animal based is much better for my body than a vegan diet. So
Oh, that's just a funny joke.
are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Wait, Shirk,
Yeah.
you think a vegan diet's like actually like will make you thrive better than an animal based diet?
Yes.
That is
Let's
so
see.
false.
Where are we
That is
going?
so false.
What are we going to start with? Are we going to start with, say,
Should we do this
cancer meat,
tangent?
processed meat gives you?
I don't eat
Yeah.
processed meat. I don't eat processed meat.
But this has
Okay.
nothing to do with veganism.
Yes,
Veganism
Shirk.
has
Shirk, here's the thing. Hold on, let me talk. Shirk, you are correct right there. Ultra processed meat is horrible for your body. However, if you're eating very healthy meat, non-processed meat like grass-fed meat from grass-fed cows, that is not unhealthy whatsoever. It is actually very healthy for you.
What's the
Which is what
research
I
on
know.
that?
Yeah. Healthy for you, not for your wallet. Because you know how
Where's the
fucking
where's the
hard we
research
are.
on that? That it's healthy.
What the fuck?
Literally, I don't. I
Literally
do a quick
what?
Google search and you'll literally see why.
Oh, so like if I do a quick Google search and then see it's the opposite, like what happens next?
Well, we live in America where veganism is being pushed heavily. I just don't. You guys weren't here
being
earlier.
pushed heavily? Are you serious?
Hold on, veganism is pushed heavily. Oh my god, are you
By
serious? Look
who?
at studies. Look at the White House. The White House has like
The
literally
White
put out.
House?
Yes,
Interrupting Derek.
I'm sorry. The White House did what?
the White House. Wait,
You're cutting out, bro. Like
Harvard
like,
studies
I'm-
put out
I'm-
vegan. Harvard's health department tries to push vegan diets. So does Stanford. The White House has put out a few articles.
Wait, can you show me how to Harvard University push for a vegan diet?
Well, okay, I won't say they push specifically veganism, but they do push away from
Exactly.
animal-based diets that are health. Like they push like more like vegan type diets out.
Okay, can you
I don't
explain
believe-
how they
I don't
quote
believe-
unquote push it? Like, what are they actually doing to
Oh my
quote
God.
unquote push the vegan diet?
Okay, by saying that red meat's bad for you. Any
So,
doctor you
by
go to in
saying-
America, you go to any doctor and they tell you have high cholesterol, they're going to try to push you with animal products. It is a common misconception in America that animal
Okay.
products are what cause heart disease and high
Okay. So
problems.
basically, what
True.
I'm hearing that like because they put out a research saying that like red meat's bad for you, that means they're pushing veganism.
Hold on, real quick though.
Well, yeah, they push veganism as well.
Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to you? That
Hold on,
putting out a
let's-
study on one specific type of meat, right? Red meat is just one specific type of meat. That
Well, no, they
means
push
they're
vegan
pushing.
too. That's what I'm saying. But I'm
that
saying
means
that they
they're
also
pushing
they try
veganism.
to. It is a common. It is a common thing that doctors in America do. They try to steer
No, we're talking about Harvard University, dog. Can you like?
you away from eating
So-
certain foods, and they try to push you more towards vegan.
Well, okay,
Okay,
hold
yeah,
on.
but Harvard. No.
Listen,
Har-
hold on, can I
just
say
wait, just
this?
one second. No, please.
Go ahead.
Harvard University putting out one study saying that red meat is bad for you. That's pushing veganism to you, right? Just making sure.
No, oh my god, you're missing my point.
No, I'll like it. I'm not a vegan. I'm not for
You
veganism,
can-
but that is true. Like, that doesn't make sense because like if like doctors can tell you smoking's bad for you,
Mr.
right?
Slave's gonna
It doesn't
leave.
mean they're pushing
Bye,
a
Mr. Slave.
anti-smoking agenda.
Bye.
They're just saying you shouldn't do it.
No,
Oh.
the doctor can give that advice, but just because
do it
studies
anyway.
shows
He, you know, lost it. Oh, it's you
No.
again.
Yes. What do you mean again? We met before.
Are you recording again?
Yes. And I would leave if
Uh,
it's too much problem.
Yep.
What do you think of the Jews?
Wait, is it okay that I'm recording?
No.
It's not okay?
Mm-mm.
All right. Then I'll leave. Bye. Thank you.
It says lightly in the parentheses. It's not even in the Arabic. Show me the word lightly in the Arabic. I will take shahada if you show me lightly here.
Shahada challenge. Show me the toothbrush in the verse.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Information that didn't exist to make it look like he needed to go to jail because Trump knew that all his court cases were going to come to fruition soon, like things were
And he
happening.
didn't do that.
So
So, now
he needed
Zelensky on the
a
black-
cap.
Hello.
Miss Lave.
Yeah.
I just never seen your name before.
I'm streaming live on YouTube. Is that okay?
Probably won't talk anymore.
Why not? All right. Hello.
Oh, I'm sure they could do it. I don't know what they would accomplish, but I'm sure they could do that. They're not going to really get
From
anything out of me.
shutting down systems, from all kinds of things, from installing the fucking malware viruses that are from keylogin or something like that. So they're, or just even saying click to verify if they're, and that's all that they need really.
Rehashed in the fucking 80s and 90s movies. Being in the pool, it turned blue around him. That was one of Adam Sandler movies, right?
Hello.
I guess. I don't think in my days they had that feature. You
Well,
just,
I don't
you
know
know,
if it was actually a.
Hello. No one.
Okay.
Hi.
All right. So
Heretic?
yes,
Hi. Have we debated before?
I don't know.
I'm streaming live on YouTube. Is that okay?
What's your channel?
I'll give you the link to my stream. Hold on. Please stand by. There it is. It's called Mr. Slave. I need to come up.
Mr. Slave. Okay.
Yeah. So do you want to debate?
Let's see here. What do you got to debate?
I have 86 topics from which you can choose. the list of my debate topics, debate propositions. You can pick one. Do you know anything about black holes?
Yeah, they're conceptual.
What? Wait, do you know black holes? Do you know the physics?
I haven't met any personally, shook hands with them or any of that.
Hmm.
But I've had the concept floated at me, as we all have. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Do you know what the hologramic principle is?
No.
Okay. Do you know what the black hole event horizon is?
Yeah, that would be conceptual as well, right?
What do you mean conceptual? You keep using that word.
Well, would you be able to physically and tangibly demonstrate it, or are we just talking within the realm of ideas here?
That is exactly the debate contention. I mean, but have you ever heard of the term event horizon?
Yeah, I have. I've heard of it.
So, do you believe that black holes have event horizons?
I'd have to believe in black holes in the first place, right?
Okay. So
that's the boundary of the black hole beyond which nothing will return, right? I ain't seen any black holes. I wouldn't be able to even if they existed and were not just conceptual, because light can't escape from them.
Why do you keep using the word conceptual? What are you trying to say by the word
I don't know.
conceptual?
You're debating a bunch of imaginary concepts. We're trying to.
Wait a minute. We didn't decide. I'm trying to figure out what to debate. What do you mean? I mean, you're.
Well, what, you want to make a positive claim? There are black holes in the sky, or something like that, or I don't know. What do you want to do here?
Yeah, I mean, we can discuss what we want to do, but you're loading the question before we're like you're loading the discussion before we started it. Like you're using the term conceptual and imaginary. Before we got started.
Well,
anyway.
I ain't seen it tangibly demonstrated. I've just heard it proposed within maths.
Wait, we're trying to figure out what to debate. Okay, let's figure this out. So,
okay, maybe that can be our debate.
No, fine. I mean, let's talk so that we can determine what.
My debate topic is you don't have a debate topic. All right, that's my positive claim. Prove
I agree. We don't have a debate topic yet. I'm trying to figure out what you know, what you don't know, so that we can debate something fruitfully. So I agree that I don't have a debate topic. So the question is: so, do you believe black holes exist? Yes or no?
No, because it sounds like it is just a belief. So nah, I don't need it.
So you don't need it? Wait a minute. Do you or do you
well,
not?
If I have to believe in it, then I don't.
Wait a minute. It's just, can you answer with yes or no? Do you or do you not believe in black holes? Yes or no?
Negative.
Okay. So we can debate that. Let's make that our debate proposition. So I propose that black holes exist, and you propose black holes don't exist.
All right, got an observation of one?
let's assume no.
What's the evidence?
The evidence is we know gravity exists. Do you agree
Define gravity.
What do you mean? When I mean, I can give you an example. The fact that, or many examples, the fact that right now you're not floating from Earth to outer space. That's caused by.
Is that a definition for gravity?
It's it's a sort of definition. Yeah, it's that force, that invisible force that seems to
Wait a
bind.
minute.
Excuse me?
Force.
Yeah, I feel a force. Of course, it's a force.
Well, I thought you were taking more of a relativistic stance here.
Mm.
Black holes and such.
No. First of all, we're defining gravity.
Within relativity, it's not defined as a force.
Wait a minute, but we took a detour to define gravity.
Einstein doesn't define it as a force.
Well, I don't care about
You got all this
Einstein.
Einsteinian
You wanted me to
phenomena like black
define.
holes and crap going on.
Okay. You asked me to define gravity. I defined gravity. Do you like the definition? Do you want to talk about the definition?
No, there was no definition. Well, you said it's a force, but that goes against relativity. So I don't know where we are now.
Wait, do you want to define gravity?
No, it's not my claim.
What? So you deny gravity? I don't understand.
I don't affirm or deny it. It's not my claim.
Wait, let me ask you yes or no. Do you not believe in gravity?
I would have to know what it is before I could tell you whether I believe in it.
You've never heard of the word gravity?
I'm waiting for it to be defined right now.
Okay, yes or no. Have you ever heard of the word gravity?
Yeah, this isn't my first time hearing the word.
And do you know its meaning?
No, I can't get anybody to define it coherently.
So you have no idea what it means?
No, because the people who claim it don't know what it means, so I don't know what I'm supposed to take from it.
Okay, so how do you explain the fact that you're drawn, that all things seem to be drawn to Earth?
They're drawn to it?
Yeah. Do you affirm that all things seem to be drawn to Earth?
Seem to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, like what? They fall down?
Yeah.
They stay on the surface?
Yeah.
They're dense enough not to float in air?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that happens.
Okay. So what is causing that, according to you?
I don't know. What's for the cause?
Well, that phenomenon, that is the usual definition of the word gravity.
So the phenomenon is now what gravity is. So the effect, now gravity is not the cause. It's the effect.
The phenomenon that all things seem to be drawn to Earth, that is gravity. That is what people call gravity.
So gravity is now the effect. So like something falling down, I drop a rock and it falls to the ground. That effect is called gravity.
The phenomenon, the observation, we call it gravity.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, fine. I believe in gravity. Hallelujah.
Why are you belligerent?
I'm not. I'm just saying, if that's how you want to define it, then yeah, I'm on board with that. Thanks,
No,
Paul.
you're
Absolutely.
being belligerent. You're being uncooperative. It's not like you want to discover truth.
Okay.
Wait, why are you laughing?
Because it's funny.
What? Why? I didn't. What? I said something funny. I said it feels like you're not interested in truth. That's not funny. That's
Well,
there's
feels
nothing.
like and is aren't always the same thing.
It sounds. I mean, you are not cooperating in this discussion. It feels like you're not cooperating.
I am so.
You are cooperating.
Yeah.
Why did you say hallelujah?
Because thank the Lord, I've seen the
No,
light and saved by the gravity gods.
No.
I believe.
What? Okay, are you serious or are you making fun? Are you having like are you a truth seeker or
Well, listen, I believe that things fall to the ground. I accept that to be the case, and you define gravity as that. So, all right, I'm on board.
What do you mean I
Let's go
define
gravity.
gravity as that?
Yeah, things falling down. You said that's gravity. Okay, we agree.
But what do you mean I define it? Why do you think I define it? This is I said
That's
that's
what you
what
said it is.
No, I didn't say. I didn't define it. I said that's what usually that's what they refer to. That's the common. I didn't make up the word gravity. I didn't assign a definition to the word. I'm saying this is what usually people refer to. This is the phenomenon. Gravity is a known phenomenon to humans.
It's a phenomenon. So you're defining it right now.
No, I'm not defining it right now. Everybody agrees this is the definition. I've never heard of anyone who thinks otherwise.
So you're not defining it. This is the definition.
I'm not defining it. I'm saying
But this is the definition, but you're not defining it.
This is the definition. I'm not defining it. I'm saying if we look it up, that's probably what we're gonna find.
You're giving me a definition, but you're not defining it.
What do you mean? No, I'm not. I'm not making up a definition. Do you?
Okay. See what you.
Do you?
You are not personally defining it. You're giving me the commonly accepted definition.
Yeah. Do you want to give me another? Do you think I'm wrong?
Not really. I think I'm fine with that. I mean, I could ask you to cite it, but if you just want to put the label gravity on the phenomenon.
What do you mean cite? It's just a definition. What do you mean cite?
Well, I mean, okay, cite it then.
What do you mean cite? I don't know what that would. What do you mean cite?
So this is the one everybody goes with, so you should be able to cite it if that's the case.
Do you feel?
I told you don't really care, but
do you feel? Do you? But you're not being. You're not being cooperative. What's?
Oh.
I mean, why are you so uncooperative in this discussion? It's like.
So is there something that I'm supposed to do here?
What do you mean
not doing?
suppose? Why are you here? Why are you debating me? What's the purpose of this discussion?
Well, I'm debating you because you insisted on trying to debate.
No, I offered you a debate.
Yeah, that's why.
Do you like debating?
Right. Yeah.
Why?
It's fun.
What's fun about a debate?
Sorry, what was that?
What's fun about a debate? What's fun about it?
Well, I don't know. I just experience it as being fun.
Would you say
call it a hobby, if you will?
Would you say that debating is a tool in order to find out truth?
Maybe for the audience.
No. Let's say there is no audience, just me and you.
Well, it's just two people digging in their heels usually then.
Not usually. Right now, would you say that us debating is a good tool to find out truth.
Maybe for the audience listening to
No,
this
no, there
stupidity.
is no audience. Let's say there is no audience. Let's say
Well,
no
you have
one.
an audience on YouTube.
No, let's say no one will ever. I don't think there's anyone on my YouTube channel right now. There's 3 people. But
I think I'm one of them.
okay. So the question is, do you feel? Let's say there is no audience. Do you feel that a debate is a good tool in order to find out the truth?
Yeah, if you're in the audience, maybe.
Why do you keep saying? I'm saying there. Let's assume there is no audience. Why do you keep saying in the audience?
Well, let's get rid of the perspective from which you could use a debate to possibly find some truth, and then ask if it'll lead us to any truth. Okay, I guess not.
I have no idea what you're saying, but look, I'm a truth seeker. I'm looking for a productive debate. If I don't feel that you're cooperative, then I'll apologize and leave. But it's up to you. So it's up to you if you want to have
cooperative,
a productive debate, or I'll leave. Let me know. I mean, I'm not. I don't want to force myself. Just tell me if you enjoy using a debate as a tool to find out truth.
Well, why are we even talking about this? I thought you're going to prove the existence of black holes by proving the existence of gravity, which we defined as the effect of things falling down.
Okay.
So things falling down, therefore black holes. I'm not seeing the logical connection.
All right. I'm gonna apologize and leave. Thank you.
Okay. Good game.
Thanks. Bye. Hello. Anyone here? Oh my God, that's a big room. No one here. Let's see. Who is this? Who is this? Oh, this is the new server I just joined, but there's no voice chats. What's the point? Okay, so let's go to Destiny. Is anyone on Destiny? I'm gonna go soon. How much time? How long? It's almost 2 hours. Whoa, what is going on here? I lost to a flat earther. Lost what? What did I lose? The vegan likes cow meat. Oh my God, people. People. Wait, somebody? Oh my God. I think I'm gonna go soon. What's going on here? The argument for your black holes. Oh my God. All right. Let's see who's left. General lobby. Let's see.
You're just like, fuck, I wish I never got you, but you could never get rid of them. It'd be worse.
Exactly. Yeah. No, there's a lot of days where I'm like, fuck, I should have bought a motorcycle 3 years ago instead of, got my fucking dog. And then
in blue, underneath it says not a cult in white, and then there's a pink or red.
I thought you said fucking not a cult. I didn't realize you were saying not a cult.
Over the top of it as like an emblem design. Not a cult. Bro, it's my accent. What am I gonna do?
It makes so much more sense now. No, I'm just fucking retarded, dude.
It's just like when this motherfucker says like thank you and it sounds like bastard. Like yeah.
That he did these things. Number one, that we're even trying to judge his goodness. So I think there's 2 different questions. Are we trying to evaluate his goodness, or are we trying to say whether he should be allowed to rape women? Because you could say that if he's giving enough value back to society, we should just sacrifice him small children, right?
So there's like
like a how we run society thing when we get here. Like how do we practically run things?
Excuse
I think no matter what, we have to punish people for like doing something bad.
Excuse
Like
me.
let's say I was God. Can you fucking shut the fuck up and listen? We're talking.
Yeah, but I just want to get your permission that I'm streaming on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So, fuck, you totally threw me off, dude.
Sorry.
You were trying to justify why it's okay for Bill Cosby to rape children.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't doing that, man. So obviously we would have to punish Bill Cosby for raping people, but if I was God, I would still spawn Bill Cosby in because overall he'd be like a good effect on the world. Like it's clearly worthwhile having Bill Cosby around.
I just think there's a lot of nuance to those kind of statements. Like, for example, like I was having a conversation about the modern media landscape as it pertains to music. And the idea is that it is consolidating around large artists who have names. It has nothing to do with their skill, their talent, their ability. It has everything to do with them being an established face that people have formed a parasocial relationship with. So there's nothing unique about them that is bringing value to society. They could easily be swapped with one of a million other attractive people and nothing would change for society. So if you were to see that person say, oh my God, look at all of the value they're doing, we should let them kill children, that would be deeply flawed because they're not bringing that value. It's everybody in their apparatus that's doing that.
Yeah, I'd agree. We can get into like weird areas of like who's actually generating utility.
Like not only that, but there's like motivation. Like there's a lot of nuance here. Like you mentioned that like Bill Cosby gave money to charities. A lot of the times rich people do that for tax breaks or for establishing networking and relationships. So it doesn't necessarily have to do with him being a good person. He might have been doing it with very evil intent. And maybe even him doing that led to more harm than good for all we know.
Yeah, we get into weird areas of like how much utility are they genuinely generating, right? Versus like how much is them just being in this position. I'd agree. Really what the conversation is it's like when we judge things, we overall look at everything. Like everything we judge is the way I just mentioned. But when I bring up like an uncomfortable thing like rape, people will do insane mental gymnastics to try and get out of that statement. Like that Bill Cosby's a good guy overall. You didn't like take that. So everything else that's going to be said, I'm probably just going to say, yeah, like in a way, but in this other way, he would be a good guy, you know?
Wait, I love Kevin Spacey. I was upset when they replaced him in House of Cards.
Wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
So if there is a person who, well, let's say aliens come and they say, we're going to destroy Earth or sacrifice to us one person, what should we do?
You should sacrifice a person.
Okay, and let's say
Kamala Harris.
Wait, what?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, so let's say there is a child molester who's also a net positive to humanity. So should we just accept it? Let's not say
so. There's
what?
Like I said earlier, there's like a practical way you can run society.
Like NASA was started by actual Nazis. We never punished them because it was important to win the Moonshot project and stuff. So
also, it had no benefit to society to punish them. Like if you were to take a bunch of very skilled scientists that would in no way do any harm to society in the future and throw them in prison for the rest of their lives, you'd sacrifice all of that value for absolutely no benefit.
there's no. So let's say there's a person who murdered some people, and that's it. He stopped his murder spree. He was just upset one day. Should we punish him? According to you, we shouldn't punish. If we
Exactly.
know.
Just let him out.
So. Mhm. So you
Yeah, I agree.
so you would not punish someone that we know is not going to repeat the crime?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Why would you punish him?
Wait, what about the message you're sending to the next would-be criminals? You tell
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just lie.
What?
You just lie on TV. You're like, we killed this guy, and then just let him out.
You just lie on TV, we killed this guy and let him out? Oh.
Like, we don't have to tell the public what we actually do. So those two things are completely separate. We could tell the public whatever we want.
But the fact is, a person knows that he's not going to be punished. So what's the incentive not to commit crime?
Yeah, this is exactly why you need the punishment when. Like, this is why, practically speaking, you have to punish these people, even if they're good people. But like the whole thing we're talking about is like it's like where that wouldn't be the case.
Where would it not be the case?
Or like we're just judging him as a person, like Bill Cosby. We're not saying you shouldn't go to jail. Like if we had a mind reading device that could 100% detect if the person's going to commit a crime in the future, yeah, we would just run everything off that.
But what do you mean mind reading?
That's like not how things work.
But you're modifying the future. If you're not punishing, you're creating criminals. You're incentivizing. If I knew that I could go around and commit crime and not be punished, of course I would go around and commit crime. Why would I not? Why would anyone? That's what you see from the leftist DAs that are not punishing anyone, that crime thrives.
Then we would start punishing people, dude. This concept is known as moral hazard. And obviously, like you said, we can create situations where there would be a negative feedback from some just action, but there are ways around it and there are ways to mitigate.
Wait a minute. You said, okay, so where do we disagree? I think
if someone commits a crime and they will never do it again, and you're just like, go free.
Okay.
And then people are like, oh no one will get punished. And so they go start doing a bunch of crimes. You catch them, they will do it again because they don't think they'll be punished.
No.
So then you start punishing them.
No.
And then it results in more people being apprehensive about crime, right? You'd expect some kind of like cyclic relationship, but you could also completely avoid that by not having transparency with the population.
No, wait. So I'm just being realistic. So in the beginning, I was asking to see your position, but now let's talk about the real world. In the real world, if I knew that crimes will not result in punishment, then I would commit crimes. I would have an incentive to commit
They
crimes.
will result in punishment, dude. That's the part you're missing. I don't know how you got from if we know for a fact they will never do a crime again
No.
anyone who gets caught won't be punished. Those are not two equivalent statements.
No, wait. Where do we disagree? Practically speaking, do we disagree? I mean, are you pro or anti-punishment?
I'm both. I like rehabilitation, but I'm completely fine with punishing people.
Oh, so we don't disagree. So what was that about Bill Cosby?
You didn't listen to my points. That's why you don't understand, dude.
Fine, I'm sorry. Please explain why. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is, if we have a system to determine who will commit crimes in the future, a reliable system, and we only let out the people who we know with this reliable system will never commit a crime, there is, in theory, no moral hazard.
Wait a minute, but that is impossible because, I mean, first of all,
It is impossible, but that is the hypothetical you gave, dude. But under that system, we would still punish people. We would punish a bunch of people because a lot of criminals are habitual criminals. They will do it again the second we release them.
Not if they knew that they would be punished. What do you mean?
What are you talking about? You confused yourself, dude. You're completely lost.
Let's forget about the knowledge of the future. It's impossible to know the future, so I don't see the practicality of a hypothetical.
That's what you were saying. That's what you brought up.
Yeah. And it was just to clear up something, and so ignore it. I take it back. The question is there, so I asked you about the aliens coming and saying sacrifice one person or we'll destroy Earth. So you said sacrifice. Okay, so what if it's a great scientist who is also a murderer, and he's a net benefit to society? Would you punish him and maybe stop his net? Like, you would lose the net benefit from him if you punish him.
If I were president, there are like very unique ways I would deal with these situations. But like you're like asking me this and then expecting me to answer, and then you're gonna relate it to how society functions. We need to punish murderers in society. But
even if they're net
yes,
positive.
Yes.
So how is that different than the aliens? Let's say the aliens would not destroy Earth. They would say, give us a person or we're going to nuke, pick a country, whatever, half the planet, a quarter of the planet, like 1 million people. Give us a person or we'll nuke 1 million people. Should we give them the person?
Yeah, of course.
Because so you're considering the net, but okay, so let's say it's aliens are different because they're like a superpower, so you cannot, it's different. What about if it's let's say there's a person and he is like a super net benefit, like he's a super genius, and with him around humanity thrives, or we can get rid of him and humanity loses. He's like an amazing net positive, but he also likes murdering people once in a while. Should we forgive him? Should we just ignore it?
Have you ever heard of Caravaggio?
No.
He's like a painter. He was really famous.
Mm-hmm.
He killed a guy in a bar, and the Pope pardoned him, because even in the eyes of God, if you kill someone, it's okay as long as you're really good at other stuff.
Based.
Wait, so you agree with this?
No, the answer is going to be the same answer I've been giving this whole time. If they're like societal downstream effects bad enough to like make this not beneficial, then you shouldn't do it. In a lot of cases, like with Nazi scientists or like the Japanese after World War II, we forgave all these people because it didn't matter.
No, you're sending.
If there's like a unique guy who's going to save 1 million people, maybe in that case we can give like a get out of jail free card. But really, what you're asking me to do is you're asking me to give like an okay to everybody who's like high succeeding, that like, okay, you can now kill people too.
Yeah, but I think that's reality. I mean, reality is like if you have like a super successful person, then like I think Hunter Biden. It's like he can commit crimes and the system is going to overlook it. The system is going to ignore it.
You think that's a good thing?
I'm just saying that's reality.
Okay. Well, I don't understand the point of what you're saying then.
I'm just saying you're saying what you're saying. I'm saying that is basically reality. That is basically
in like certain ways.
You're deeply confused. When we look at what Hunter or what Joe Biden does, we don't excuse what he does because he's high value. We have inherent corruption in our system that results in suboptimal outcomes, which often include politicians getting away with crimes. The logic is completely different.
No.
The only thing you're looking at is the results, and you're saying since the results are the same, the entire process must be the same.
What do you mean?
But it's just not.
No. What do
I
you
just
mean?
told you what I meant very clearly.
No. The reality is exactly as you suggest. You said if the net positive is so great, then we should forgive them. And I'm saying that is reality. You see that.
Sober up, dog. Sober up, because again, I literally provided a response to what you just repeated, and you're just not understanding it.
But what do you mean? Of course, like you see it all the time. The DAs and judges and.
Could you respond to what I told you, dude? Could you
Yeah.
respond to my actual statement?
I'm
Fucking
responding.
boing.
I'm responding.
Jackie and Mr. Slave, I love arguing with Alpha Beta.
It's just it's unfortunate.
I'm just joking. I have no idea. If you want to recap, I'd be interested, but I think he's done.
We're talking about sacrificing small children to pedophiles.
Baphomet? Oh, to pedophile. Baphomet, yes. Pedophiles, no.
What's an alpha?
Pagan fuck.
The logic's the same either way, but yeah.
Wait, was that legitimately part of the? Please tell me that's not where the logic was the same, because that's insane.
Why is it insane? Let's say you have a person.
What I mean, to respond to that question is that the context needed to make those the same logic is a little bit larger than I was expecting. So it sounds insane to me, but I'm sure you could explain it.
We were discussing murdering. I mean, child molesting is not child murdering. No one is getting murdered by a child molester. So we were discussing a bigger offense. So now we're going to the lesser offense, and you're more flabbergasted. I don't understand why.
Dude, I just got here. I do not have the context.
Oh,
I'm not going to
okay.
argue with you when I don't have the context.
Anyway, so the proposition is that it makes sense for society to ignore the crimes of net positive.
No, it does. No, nobody said this, and you don't even agree with that. So I don't. You're like trying to paint us into a corner so that you can argue with that when nobody said that.
What do you mean? You said that we ignored the Japanese war
Yes,
criminals.
yes. Are the Japanese part of our society?
I guess you're defining our society as something I didn't expect. I mean, I would say, of course, the Japanese. I mean, our society. You know, we put the Nazis on trial. We didn't put the Japanese on trial.
We put the Japanese on trial. We gave a lot of the Japanese less sentences. Like a lot of people who did really bad stuff got out because it's not beneficial to keep Japanese in jail when they're Japanese. They're not in America. They're not like a part of our society. That's why we did that.
And the Nazis were a part of our society, according to you?
No, they're fucking German. What are you talking about?
But we did punish the Germans. We did punish the Nazis.
We punished some of them. We punished some of the Japanese too, because this is like an expectation of what we should be doing. But in a lot of ways, we avoided punishing these people because it's just not beneficial to.
Johnny, you're saying that we avoided punishing a lot of Germans as well, a lot of ex-Nazis.
Yeah, a lot of like a lot of.
So
Dude, yeah.
Johnny, if you agree with that, I just want to clarify. Do you think that we were overall more lenient towards German war criminals after World War II, or more lenient towards Japanese war criminals?
Fuck. I can't say. I know more about the Japanese than the Nazis.
So I can't say for sure either, but my leaning as a layman in the topic would be that it seems that we were more lenient towards the Japanese war criminals.
No, I think the Japanese did way worse stuff. The Nazis really didn't do much at all.
Yeah, he said we're more lenient.
That has nothing to do with the question that I asked.
Well, like in terms of leniency.
Oh, I understand what
it
you
does.
mean. Oh, I mean, I guess, okay. I guess lenience, you could read it that way. But what I mean is that we put like for instance, we put more Nazis to death than we did put Japanese to death, right?
Yeah.
We put 10.
So you could say that
Wait,
like one
I
crime
don't
might have
know.
been worse than the other.
Do you know that? Like, I'll take your word for it, but I don't know that.
We didn't
I
execute
don't know
any
it for 100%.
Japanese.
I don't
Yeah.
know it for 100% certain. I'll be clear on that. I don't
Okay,
know that for certain.
the question is, what should we do? Should society?
No, that's your holy fuck. Can you stop talking, man?
No, it's probably okay. It's going to be a little bit of a shit show, but I just joined in, and I might make it more of a shit show too. So
okay,
We're just going over the same points over and over again. The original topic was: should you give highly productive individuals leniency, when addressing any grievances they may have? So if they're committing crimes, should we let them commit crimes? Should we let them get away with it? Whatever it may be. But this has an answer. So the obvious answer is, in a single case, yes, without question, let them cure cancer and kill babies. Fine. But in the sense of moral hazard, you have to keep that calculus in mind.
yes, then I agree with you. You sounded a lot more black and white until you said calculus and moral hazard. Yes, I understand.
But you want to hear something amazing? I mean, think about the family. So let's say the guy that cures cancer, he goes around murdering like men, and these men are also productive members of society. Let's say, so anyway, so if this doctor cures cancer but kills a man, murders a man, then the family now doesn't have a husband and a father. So shouldn't they be compensated?
Perhaps
if
we
they're
could
white or black.
compensate them, but it wouldn't change the idea that so not having a family, not having a father as a family because they died of cancer is maybe
No.
emotionally different than not having a family, not having a father because they died because the guy who cured cancer personally killed them. But all in all, cancer is going to kill more people. Cancer is going to leave more kids without fathers or mothers. So if you want to do just a strictly utilitarian calculus, I mean, you're doing a net good in the world if you cure cancer and also murder like 100 people or 1,000 people or 100,000 people.
But what he's getting at is like this is like the arcane system of justice. It's like you have to compensate people with an equivalent exchange. So if I kill your children, I can do that. That's completely fine as long as I give you like 2 goats.
It's
But
actually,
if I don't have 2 goats, then you can kill me.
it's actually I think it's a little wiser. I think that's the way they do it in Iran. So I think it's according to the Islam, and it's according to a literal interpretation of the Bible. So if somebody murders a member of your family, he's forced to enter negotiation on his life, meaning he needs to negotiate with the family, and if a resolution is not reached, then he is executed. But he can reach through negotiation a resolution and pay some amount of money as agreed and save his life.
Perhaps if there's a system established, yeah.
Yeah, so murdering in Iran is actually a civil matter. It's not what's the opposite of civil?
Criminal.
Criminal.
I don't want to believe you when you say that without some evidence. That sounds not just alien in the sense
Yeah,
of from another country,
there's-
from another place in another culture. I think I would imagine that there is a distinction made between civil dispute and criminal matters. And I think
No.
you have that in Iran, and I think you have that. You can even cite divorce. Like it's a thing that you can do. There's not criminality in seeking divorce, but there would be criminality in like beating your wife, and then you'd have to. Well, no, they would probably call that civil in some cases as well, but murder is clearly different. No.
No, I think it doesn't make it like when a person murders and you sentence him to jail time, it actually costs the taxpayers tens of thousands.
This is a different point. This is a different point, though.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Wikipedia
you're making
says
a
that
different
all
point. Yes,
crimes in Iran have civil code penalties, which doesn't imply they're not criminal. It just implies that they also have some kind of necessary repayment.
That might make sense. I would be extremely shocked to learn that to go a step further and say that there's not criminal consideration as well as a civil consideration.
Here's the full paragraph. So it says a tazir crime is a crime in Sharia law that receives a discretionary sentence by a judge. The vast majority of offenses in the Iran judiciary system are related to these tazirat crimes, and their rules under Islamic criminal law are more flexible than with hudud, qisas, or diyat punishments. A deterrent crime is a tazir crime that has a punishment in Iran's penal code. These crimes are divided into felonies, misdemeanors, and contraventions. All criminal acts have a civil code penalty.
The question
So
is,
you've
sounds
laid,
like
you've laid
ass.
bare.
Why?
Well, I mean,
why
you've
you?
laid bare
what
that there
you-
is a distinction.
Are you judging Islamic jurisprudence?
the question is, I mean, to me, it makes much more sense to I mean, it doesn't make any sense to put someone in jail, meaning that person is not going to be producing anything for society. Plus, it's going to cost society to jail them, and the actual party that was damaged, namely the family of whose member he murdered, is not even compensated. That makes no sense.
True.
Compared to the Islamic Sharia system, where that family is compensated perfectly because it's through negotiation, and the
Not
taxpayer.
perfectly though, is it?
Yes.
I mean, it could never be perfect because
I mean,
perfect would
you're
be bringing-
just sort of going, because there's some kind of compensation. That's the perfect way.
No.
That's absolute bollocks.
No.
Like,
we would wait. Hold on, Mr. Slave. Could we say that, like, if there is negotiation involved, there are concessions, and if there are concessions, that we haven't achieved something perfectly fair?
I would say
It could
negotiation.
be agreeable, but not fair.
Well, I would say anything accomplished by negotiation is perfect. I mean, that's
an absurd claim.
I mean,
I didn't mean to overstep the talking in
Dude,
this
I
thing.
think you're fine. If
Oh.
we want to take it back to brass tacks, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm just gonna be the odd one out on all of this, unless there's somebody who agrees with me. You got a criminal, they do something horrible, rape, murder, infanticide, whatever the fuck you want to talk about, theft, which like ruins like hundreds of thousands of people's lives. I don't see the benefit to locking them away to the extent where they can't pursue things which are beneficial to society. You can run into issues where it's like what we deem to be beneficial to society could be problematic, and who is the judge of what that is. But I mean, I'm against like the death penalty in all cases. I don't think that any good comes from retributive justice. Restorative justice is a slightly different context. Rehabilitative justice is something to strive for, but always my focus is, and this is why I may be the odd one out in any conversation like this, I want preventative. I want it to be preventative. So I don't care, like, if you murdered 70 people, my goal is to have you not be able to murder somebody ever again. And if we can achieve that without killing you or without locking you up for life, then I'm going to opt for that. We could say that it costs money to lock somebody up for life or kill somebody. It would also cost money to surveil them. If we can make those numbers equal, there's no compelling argument that you could make to me that there would ever be a reason to kill this person, rather than there would just be a reason to let them go about their life, but not harm anybody ever again.
Wait a minute. So, according to Sharia, he must enter negotiation and come to a resolution with the family and pay them whatever they negotiate, or get executed.
You do see that this is like disfavorable to people who don't have like wealth or access to power or anything like that, right? It would be you do see that there's like an inherent unfairness to like the idea that like Bill Gates could like murder my son, and then like if he gave me like enough money, then like I might be able to get over it. I might be able to be like, okay, well, I guess I'm okay. Jesus Christ, this is horrible. I guess it's okay. But like there's a homeless man. That homeless man murders my son, and then like nothing. I just want blood. That's it. There's no way to doesn't that seem to be horribly unfair?
No. I mean, he murdered. I mean, he murdered.
You're
knowing-
allowing him to murder because he can pay me off.
No, wait. No, the homeless guy murdered knowing there's no way he can compensate the family, so he signed his own death warrant.
Right. I understand how you could say that, but you might also have the billionaire who doesn't realize that he's signing his own death warrant because there is no negotiation that will actually save my son's life. I don't care if you give me my
billionaire-
entire fortune, you cannot compensate me. So then he signed his own death warrant as well. But the problem lies in the middle ground between where some people will take the settlement, and that's disgusting because it allows the rich person more flexibility to carry out just fucking like execution.
No, that's not true. There is no more flexibility to the rich. I don't think there is more flexibility to the rich. Maybe a little, fine, but it's a flexibility awarded by the damaged party. So it's up to them. They are the ones who are damaged. Who are you to judge them? You're judging
It
them.
had nothing to do with the damaged party when you said that the homeless man signed his own death warrant because he knew there was no way he could ever compensate.
So
it didn't have shit to do with the damaged party then, but now it's about the damaged party because there's a
No,
rich man
you
who can pay
said-
it off.
Wait. You said it's disgusting that the billionaire gets away with it. So, but what you're saying is it's disgusting that the damaged party are letting the billionaire get away with it. But you cannot judge the damaged party. How can you judge them?
I can and I will. And you asked me earlier if I was critiquing Islamic jurisprudence under Sharia. Yes, I am. I think that's a miscarriage of justice.
Okay.
If you want to call me a Western chauvinist for that, be my guest.
No. We can ignore that it's Sharia. I mean, I don't care that it's
Well,
Sharia.
You've been
I
saying
think
Sharia at least twice a minute for the last 5. So
no, but I'm not talking about Sharia. I'm just saying that is the way it is in Sharia. But now we can discuss it if it's a good idea as an idea.
Sure, I don't think it's a good idea.
So you have a better idea? You think our system is better? Like not Hold on. So in the West, we do not compensate the damaged party at all. You think that's better?
In the West, sometimes we consider the execution of the person who like harmed your family. Like if there's a serial killer that killed your family, or if there's even just a one-off killer that killed your family member, oftentimes people believe that it gives them peace to see that person laid in the ground after getting gassed or electrocuted or whatever. They view that as compensation.
But they
view that
wait
as
a minute,
something
wait.
that is personally done for them that
Wait
makes
a
them
minute.
feel better.
But
That's the idea of retributive justice.
in the Sharia,
what are you talking about,
in
mate?
the Sharia,
not-
according to Sharia,
That's
the
not real.
family can turn down any amount of money and get get the murderer executed. So if the family wants execution, they'll get it. If the family wants blood, they can get
You
blood.
said you weren't talking about Sharia.
It doesn't matter. It's that system. Give it a name, whatever. It's the negotiation way, whatever. Call it a name.
Well, I'll ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I won't ask you. I'll propose an idea, and you can tell me why you disagree with it.
Mhm.
I think that for justice to actually be carried out,
Mhm.
probably the person who's just been victimized or the person who has just victimized somebody are not in the best position to understand what justice truly is. I think they're going to be extremely upset. I think that they're going to have a lot of fucking emotions running around, a lot of problems, they are grieving right now. So what I'd like to do is leave it up to a third party rather
They
than have
have-
them negotiate with each other.
Then give them time. I think they have a year under Sharia. So give them a year. Give them as much time as they
You
want.
said you weren't talking about Sharia, and people oftentimes don't heal from a wound that has been made to them by being a
Give
victim of
them
a crime
as
for
much.
far more than a year.
I think they can decide as much. I mean, they can decide. Then whatever. It's make it flexible. But
Well, but in the meantime, what happens to the person who committed the crime? Because they didn't just commit a crime against a person; they committed a crime against the laws of the state that we all live under, the state that we've agreed to behave within the system of. What happens in the meantime? If I give them 8 years to get over whatever the fuck's wrong, does this person who has violated the social contract that we all live under, does that person just get a free pass for those 8
it's
years?
up to them. They were damaged. It's up to them. Let them decide. Why do you care? The murderer didn't damage.
Because
Holy fucking shit.
Because if you can commit a crime and then you can skate on it because somebody's not judged to or judging themselves to be, which I think is really reckless. But if somebody's not ready to deal with it, if I commit a crime against one person and then it's like, oh, well, I have a year to like, or however long to think about, and these people, and like maybe they need more time to process, I can commit the same crime again, over and over and over again. I can do it. I've already shown myself willing to violate the social contract. And that's why I don't want to leave it up to the victim, because we're all potential victims when we leave somebody out who's shown themselves to be willing to violate that social contract.
So
yes.
So when the murderer ends up murdering, let's say, a member of your family, are you also going to give him infinite time? And basically,
I'm sorry,
let him off the hook.
I didn't. Catch
You're
that. Could you
arguing
repeat that?
completely the opposite of what this guy is saying.
Who's arguing the opposite of whom?
Sorry, like the one of you sort of saying this foundational Islamic thing is ridiculous,
That's
which
me,
I agree with that. And then the other guy is sort of like going, "Oh, hang on a minute, blah blah blah," but that's the opposite.
I think the Sharia law of negotiation for murder makes a lot of sense. Makes much more sense than what we have in the West.
Well, maybe we could hybridize the two systems, maybe. But what I wanna just get a clear thing here, a clear accounting for here is, do you think that somebody who has shown themselves willing to murder somebody, that's an action that they've shown themselves to take, do you think that they present an elevated risk to others around them?
Sure.
So then that's why I don't want it to just be in the hands of the person who was victimized by them. I want it to be in all of our hands and for all of us to have, say, a democratic say in what happens to somebody who's done so. To keep all of us safe, not just the person who's been victimized on an individual basis.
But
Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, I disagree. I think the best punishment is whatever the damaged party seeks. I don't see why you oppose that. I mean, imagine that guy, instead of murdering someone, imagine he damaged someone's property. Would you then agree with me?
Is
No, I still wouldn't.
Is a wife a property? Or...
No, we're not.
We don't even have to get into that.
Yeah, let's say he damaged.
That's just gonna muddy the waters like crazy.
Yeah,
let's say that he vandalized. Let's say some dude spray paints the side of your house, right?
Exactly.
Then I would still disagree with you, because here's the thing: this guy knows that he shouldn't be spray painting the side of somebody's house, right? He knows that, right?
No, he doesn't know that he shouldn't. He knows that if he will, then he will have.
Illegal. He knows that it's illegal.
No, it's not legal. It's a financial matter. He knows that he would have to repay, or if he doesn't want to pay, then I don't know, maybe become a slave or something like that. Or in
what
murder.
The fuck, man.
Wait, hold on.
No, you don't have to say. I'm gonna get you one here. You don't have to say slave. You could say repay the damages done by working.
Or
right?
go to jail. Yeah, or go to jail. Let's say.
Yeah,
because I don't know how it works.
No, we call that community service.
Whatever.
Right?
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Let's say either.
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd respond to it. So when you say that I think you're I don't know. I think this is I forget the term for it, but the thing is, the guy knows that when he does the thing, when he goes up to the side of my house and spray paints it, he knows that there are consequences to that action, right?
Sure, I would do it. Come on,
Well, yeah, well, but
let's
hold on.
use me.
And because of the process of negotiation that will be incurred, he doesn't know exactly what those consequences may be. He doesn't know exactly the value of what he's spray painting. There's a whole lot of things that he's not really thinking about,
Yeah, I'm
or that he might not
British
have
and I'm an
considered.
idiot.
And so the issue is somebody who's demonstrated that they're not really thinking about that stuff and that they're impulsive enough to spray paint the side of somebody's house to gain what? They wanted to make art on the side of somebody's house? Maybe, I don't know. They want to disrespect that person. If
Sure.
they've shown that they're willing to do that, to again, what I would say violate a social contract, if they've shown they're willing to do that, I think that they're demonstrating an increased risk to do it in the future to others. And I think that I have a concern. I think that other people who haven't yet been victimized by somebody who's shown themselves to be disrespectful or violating the social contract at that level, I think those people should have input. I don't think it should just be left up to the victim of a specific crime.
Okay, let me ask you this.
You get this with human trafficking as well, right? We never ask the victim of human trafficking, did you get human trafficked, right?
It's the same question. Chip Chaser, let me ask you this. So I can surmise from how I'm hearing you with the social contract, you are a Biden voter.
That has
I
nothing
don't
to
think
do
you
with
can.
it.
I
Bro,
don't
you're
think you can
losing
surmise
that
from
point
what I've
on
said there.
chasing this. This is disgusting, bro. Come on, another one. Come on.
No. I
You have so many outs here. You have so many outs, and you're
He does
chasing the
have outs.
Biden voter.
No. I'm about to leave. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. No, I'm not going to. I'm not attacking. I'm just curious to see.
Sure, brother. Then what was the point? What was the point that you were going to make? Yes, I voted for Biden. I'll vote for Biden again. What's
Yeah,
up?
I could. I know. I could. I mean, obviously, because you're saying social contract. I'm against.
Republicans also use that term.
No, I fine, but
religion is a social contract as well.
I am an objectivist. We don't believe in the social contract.
Objectivists do believe in a social contract. They
Yeah,
believe in a
I
social
agree.
contract that is objectively prescribed.
Yeah, I'm an anarchist. Yeah, I'm like a more of an anarchist. But
anarchists also believe in a social contract.
Well, I don't. I personally don't.
It's the basis of anarchism is that there is a social contract which is abided by or can be abided by or can be established without government.
Otherwise, you guys are fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to you can't institute anarchy without. You need something to fill
No,
in
but-
some gaps.
but
like
I-
NAP for ANCAPs.
No, but Chip Chaser, I think you'd agree that I figured you out that you are a Biden supporter.
No, I don't think you figured out anything, buddy.
No, you don't think so?
Even if you did, that doesn't like increase your point. That
No.
doesn't like make you more right.
No, it doesn't. It's completely orthogonal. I didn't mean it in any demeaning way. I'm just saying.
You did,
No.
but you just
Well,
own up
I
to it.
wouldn't take it as
No.
demeaning. I wouldn't be concerned anyway. It doesn't matter to me whether he meant it as demeaning or not. I just don't think that the logic is sound.
I'm not using it was just intuition from your words. I could feel you. It came across really, really loud that you believe you're a socialist.
Yeah, so you're grasping at straws.
You think a social contract means I'm socialist?
I feel the way you speak, you're a socialist. You
Do you
believe
think the majority of Biden voters are socialists?
No. I feel the way you speak, you're a socialist.
It really depends on how you define socialist. Probably 99% of socialists wouldn't call me a socialist. So
But you're a socialist.
I would self-describe as a socialist, but
Exactly.
everybody else would disagree with me if they self-describe.
Right,
as
but you self-describe as a socialist. You see, I understand
I
you.
self-describe as a liberal socialist, which is
Fine.
probably one of the biggest fucking oxymorons that anybody could experience if they know anything about liberalism or socialism.
Fine. But you see that I'm reading you correctly.
No, you would have never ever guessed in a million years that I was a liberal socialist. You would have never affixed that to me.
No, I don't know what a liberal socialist is. I never heard.
Right, so you haven't read anything.
No. What I'm saying is, look. I'm not judging you.
I don't mean you haven't read theory or something like that. I mean you haven't read me to any sufficient extent.
I haven't read you.
Yeah, you haven't read me correctly. That's what you were saying. Is that you read me.
No, 2 out of 2. I'm taking pot shots and I'm getting correct answers. That's pretty good.
No.
No,
No, it's not.
2
man.
out of 2 is not good.
Look at the Discord server that you're in, and then wonder if it's any shock that I'm a Biden voter. You're gonna probably swing what 70 to 80% there.
I
So
didn't
that's
look,
not super
I
surprising.
honestly, I didn't. I barely notice where I am at any point. I don't care so much where I am, and I wasn't.
I'm still not impressed.
What?
I'm still not in any way impressed by you assuming that I'm a Biden voter. That's not impressive to me. I don't think you've done anything major here.
No,
don't think this is
I
groundbreaking.
correctly analyzed that you're a devout Biden voter and you're a devout socialist.
And you're wrong on both those counts. So congratulations.
I'm sorry. Anyway, it was an interesting discussion. If you want, it's available on YouTube. Anyway.
Okay, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much. Have a great.
What? Drop the link. Drop the link if it's available. Give
It's
it to
right
me.
there. It's in the chat. You don't see it? I'll drop it again.
I didn't look at the chat. Drop it again. Yeah, drop it a whole
Here,
bunch of times.
let me try to drop it again. There you go. Let's keep in touch, if you don't mind.
Vegans on Discord. Yeah, dude, I don't think I'm gonna do anything resembling that, but I hope you're well. I hope you stay well.
Wait, what? What did you say?
I said I don't think I'm gonna do anything resembling keeping in touch with you, but I hope that you're well, and I hope that you stay safe and stay well.
I've been. Wait, why do you say that? Why do you say that?
I didn't feel particularly stimulated by the conversation. If we bump into each other, I'll happily talk to you again, but I'm not gonna like make extra efforts to stay in touch. But have a good night, dude. I'm gonna
All
get
right.
out of here. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye. All right. That's stupid as shit. When was that? That's like that's like an hour ago. All right, almost 3 hours. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for being with us. I'm gonna go now. Bye bye.